Hello guys, how are you all doing? Hello guys, how are you all doing? Hello guys, how are you all doing? 2 streams in 2 days. Yeah, that's a bit unexpected, but I really got the bug for it yesterday getting back into it. We're going to try and go for more of a series stream now, as I was saying. So, as you've probably worked out by now, we are going to be playing as the Fens, the last of the first men. Just waiting for my chat thing and everything to kick in. I'll wait for you guys to join. Let a few more guys arrive and then we will get started. Hi Chris, how you doing mate? Mr. Whitefire, hello, long time no see. Badder, welcome back again. 2 of you from yesterday, awesome, thank you, appreciate it. Oh god, I'm not sure if I'm going to attempt that name, you know how I am. I'll call you Taos, I hope that's alright. How are you doing? German, welcome, welcome. It seems like it looks like my attempt at streaming on Twitch today is actually working as well, so that's a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting that. Looks like it's working. I don't know what happened yesterday. I attempted my first stream on Twitch. My audio was there, my microphone was there, but the screen was black. And then once I was finished, it came up and it's actually uploaded the day after. So I don't know what happened there, but it seems to be working. Most of you are watching me on YouTube anyway, but I just thought I'd stream on Twitch at the same time and see if we can maybe get a few more guys to join the community, get in the Discord, maybe come over to YouTube. We'll see how it goes. And we've got a fair few viewers already by the looks of it, which is nice. So yeah, we'll start then slowly. So as you will already know or already guess, we're going to be playing as the Fens right up in the tip top of the map. For anyone who doesn't know the Fens or are new to A Song of Ice and Fire of the Law, the Fens live in the most northern part of Westeros, right at the very tip top. They are wildlings, live beyond the wall, savages, but they're not as savage as the others of the wildlings. They are much more sophisticated. They have their own laws, their own lords. They forge bronze so they can make their own weapons, unlike a lot of other wildlings. And they're basically what the Starks would have been thousands of years ago, the true last of the first men. Love the map up here. It looks absolutely stunning. I love how we've got all the barrows and the runes and the little hot springs that keep this valley nice and warm. We've actually got a lot more land than I was expecting the Fens to have. I haven't played Beyond the Wall yet, so you have to bear with me. You guys will probably give me some advice as we go through 24-hour stream. Now that would be something, wouldn't it? I wouldn't mind trying to do that. Sorry to miss the stream yesterday. Was coming home from Italy. No worries. Did you go on holiday? Was it a trip or was it for work? How was it? So we've got Magna Steer, son of Halleck. I think this is the Magna, I'm pretty sure, in the time of the books, that dies when they're attacking the wall. I'm sure it is. And then his son, Sigurd, I'm sure this is the one who marries Alice Carstock. You guys will tell me if I'm wrong. Please correct me if I am wrong, but I do believe that is the case. I'm pretty sure. So let's have a little look at our traits. We're sadistic, arrogant, authoritative, and stubborn. Interesting traits. A dutiful commander and a trained fighter. So at least we do have some fighting ability. Wow. Just shy of 4,000 troops. 12 captains as well. Bronze raiders. Interesting. So we will be able to do some raiding as we are a wildling, of course, which is pretty awesome. I'm not really too sure on the appearance. I know it doesn't really matter, but while we're waiting to see if anyone else joins, why not? Let's just mess around with this appearance. Now, I know that they're not the same in the books where they're meant to be bold, and they did probably butcher the Fens a bit in the show, but I do like that whole bold thing, so we will go with that. Clothes. Now, I'm pretty sure that I have seen a cool armour, so we are going to go for that. I know it's not canon, and we're just going to pretend that it isn't the Royce armor, but the Fens do work bronze, and they probably would have some pretty cool bronze armor. So we'll pretend that it's just some Fen bronze armor and not actually Royce's, just because, well, it looks sick, doesn't it? It'd be a shame. Why not make use of some of these amazing armors and crowns and such that the developers have made? Legwear, I'm pretty sure that there should then be some matching legwear, I'm guessing. Royce Runic legwear, perfect. I do like this crown. Is that a Beyond the Wall crown or like a First Man crown? Because it does look a little bit like the crown that Rob wears. And should we get a nice, yeah, nice fairy cloak considering we are Beyond the Wall? There we go, just some, that looks better, much better. So let's have a look at Sigourn, our heir. Is he any good? Patient, honourable, authoritative, compassionate, bossy. Not bad traits. Nice, really nice traits for a kid. Good diplomacy, good martial, good stewardship. We can educate him ourselves. He doesn't like we can design a guardian. Yeah, let's educate him ourselves then. There's probably not going to be many better characters in our court, so we'll stick with ourselves for now. I have added a few more mods since last night as well, because I thought, well, let's try and get away with adding a few more without going too over the top and see how things go. And it does seem stable, so if anyone has any recommendations for other mods that I might not be using, we can try. But I did add a few that are Game of Thrones based as well, so we'll see if any of those play any sort of part in the stream today. He was on holiday. Oh, nice. I hope you had a good time. Ah, yes, Rasmus from the Discord, of course. Well, thank you for watching, mate, and I hope you had a good holiday. Whereabouts in Italy did you go? Right, so we've done that. We do need to find a spouse for ourselves, which we will look into in a moment, because it'd be good to get a few more heirs, wouldn't it? We need to choose a lifestyle focus. I'm guessing Marshall's probably going to be our... Yeah, there's not really much else that we can do. We may as well go for Marshall. And considering we are the Magna, who is looked upon as a god by his own people in the Fen culture, I think authority is quite fitting. And yeah, we are building up on that Overseer, which is in a pretty good shape already. We're 30 years old, did it say? So at least we're young enough to hopefully live a long life and get a long way to expanding this Fen land. We're above our domain limit, which is always going to be the case. We can hold court, which we can probably do in a moment. We can create the High Lordship of a land up here. Which one is it? Ah, this one here. Do we want that? Is it probably is better to have two High Lordships, isn't it, rather than all of these separate provinces, and then we can just make a few petty laws, but without hopefully losing too much of our land. It doesn't cost anything to make either. Is that because we're a wildling? I believe it will be, and we actually gain prestige and legitimacy through doing that. So let's create that, and we've got ourselves two High Lordships now. Still above the domain limit. We can probably get away with giving some of those away now, while still keeping a lot of power and influence within our lands. Astor, hello, welcome. Right, so let's have a look at our council. Our Castellan Gamel, who's doesn't look overly impressive. Does he train fighter or more of a military character? Chaste, honourable, patient. Let's see if we've got... Well, we'll go for our other positions first. Chancellor, Forain, 15 diplomacy, so probably going to be the best option that we've got. Yep, by far, so we'll leave him there for now. Steward, do we have anyone better? Yes, we've got Carlon, who is also good in martial, but he's going to be better than... What is Scar? Is he good at anything else? Not really, so we will change that. We want to get the best people we can in positions. Considering where we're at, we want to try and make the best of whatever we've got. We have got quite bad resources and such, so Roman Napoli, very nice, very nice. No, we haven't been on holiday this year, unfortunately. We've had a new kid this year and have changed jobs, so it's not really something that we could do this year, but we did go on the big holiday last year when we went to South Korea, so we didn't really need a holiday this year. Marshall, we've got Gorn, who's pretty impressive actually, so we'll go for him. Spy Master, surely we've got someone better than 90. Oh wow, 18 intrigue. Sigana, sadistic, arbitrary, flamboyant, trickster, temperate. Yes, we will assign you. So that's that. We won't do any of the smaller courtier roles yet because we won't really have a wealth of gold at the moment or a wealth of prestige and income, so we don't really want to be wasting that on those because we're going to have to make use of every little bit of gold that we do have for now. We do need to find ourselves a spouse. Preferably one that's going to give us some sort of decent alliance. I think we're probably about the strongest Beyond the Wall kingdom anyway, but If we can get one of these bigger kingdoms alongside just to ally with us, it stops them trying to attack us, and it will help us eat off some of these smaller kingdoms for now. We'll probably turn on them eventually, but I don't really want to be allying with either of... this one here is apparently the strongest ally that we could get. Blazewood, a lot of those Hornfoots are coming up as an ally. Let's have a look. Yeah, you got 3,000 men. This one in the Chained Moor, 2,400. Well, maybe these might not be a bad ally for now. Maybe he is fairly old, so the alliance could be broken pretty quick with the Hornfoots. What about over here? 2,000. Yeah, these are also... That probably is about the biggest kingdom other than ourselves by the looks, apart from these very southern ones. So Big Tormund, of course, Chieftain Tormund Giantsbane. I think there's quite a few of the book wildlings that will be well known. Yeah, Chieftain Devon Sealskinner, who's in the books, the Great Walrus, who of course is in the books, Toreg. Who else have we got around here? Chieftain Brog, Chieftain Bodger, Gendel the Weeper, of course, Craster's Keep. So we do have Craster up here, of course. Oh yeah, Morna White Mask, of course, from the books. Varamir Six Skins, Chieftain Garrick of Corpse Cove. So yeah, there's loads of pretty well-known characters. So maybe we do go with the Hornfoots close by, or do we just marry in-house to another Fen and not mix with the other wildlings? Would it be more law correct to just marry a Fen instead and not go for that alliance? Do we really need an alliance at the moment? We've got a lot of military power here anyway. Maybe we don't need an alliance. What do you guys think? My new job, it's still in the printing industry, so it's still quite similar to my old job. Different machinery and such, and different type of production, but overall still the same sort of thing. It makes a nice change as well. And we can take secondary sprouses as well, though, so maybe we could take, as our main bride, a Hornfoot, just to get that alliance, and then, as our concubines, go for Fens to keep that. To keep the Fens on side. So yeah, let's do that. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea? I think it's probably a good idea. At least then we get an alliance, but then we can keep getting more Fen sons with our Fen concubines. We probably want to go with one of the younger ones who are going to give us a chance to have more sons. There's a hell of a lot of them as well. How many children does this Hornfoot Lord have? Wow, 23 children, several daughters as well. 29, 23. Let's have a look. Siege leader, trained fighter. Never a bad thing to have a siege leader. Always useful. There are some younger ones though. Mastermind philosopher. This was a ridiculous amount. I think I might go with the siege leader one just because it's such a useful trait. There are some younger ones as well. Yeah, I think we will go with that one. Borhel, what a name. King Fen. Build our economy. Yeah, we should definitely do that as we have like the most sophisticated area. I think we should hopefully do that. So we'll see what we can do. Hi, Alex. Welcome. Viling, welcome. Yeah, it would be good if we can get some of them under and subjugate a lot of the wildlings. Try and keep a lot of those cool characters because the wildlings have so many cool characters. So yeah, let's go with you. Similar in military strength, so he's really our only nearby threat. So at least by doing this, we can stop him from being a threat while we take some of these other smaller, more vulnerable lands. We won't go for a grand wedding for now, maybe in the future, but for now we want to keep that gold that we've got. And then as for our concubines, we'll probably get just a couple of Fen concubines. So let's have a look for people who are of the same religion and culture as us. We've got quite a few. One who's our captain. I don't want too many of those because then you just get a ridiculous amount of children. We'll go with you. We'll get one concubine for now. We do lose legitimacy because of that. You decrease your legitimacy because we married a lowborn. Okay, well we don't really have much choice there. All wildlings are lowborn, really, aren't they? So we'll see. I will slow things down slightly. To the impressive Magnus of Fen, I gladly accept your marriage proposal. You will be joined with my daughter Dete, or Dete, in holy matrimony. May your union bring happiness and fulfillment. Signed, Chieftain Young of Blazewood. Excellent. Thank you. The next House Grand, as I said in yesterday's stream, I need to do some tests with it, as when we was making the House Grand stream and when I was blasting those episodes out with the creation team, then an update came to the mod which whacked loads of the sub mods out, which then obviously made it a little bit corrupt and wouldn't work properly. I'm hoping maybe now some of those submods will be caught up and we might be able to get it going again, or do something with it to try and get that working again. We do have 3 things in the Royal Court, so why not? Let's hold court. Foremost Captain. A healthy rivalry between mettlesome fighters is to be expected, but the growing discord between Agora and Farain is souring the mood at court. Agora is wildly regarded to be more skilled, but Farain clearly takes issue with the assertion. In the middle of an audience, the latter bursts into my throne room. Clutching his sword hilt, cries, Agora, only one of us can claim to be Magnar's most skilled captain. Meet me outside and I will settle the question. Agora replies audaciously, I would cut you to pieces where you stand if it was not for the presence of my lord, you unrestrained knave. Apologize and I may spare your life. I'd better act quickly if this escalation is to be halted. Let's have a look at these two. So, yes, he's our diplomat, so he's quite a useful character. And what about you, my lady? A skilled fighter, decent marshal, so we don't really want to be losing either of them, to be honest. Should we marry them? Should we settle it with a marriage? What's your name? Frain, or are you already married? That would... Children of this marriage will not be born into a house. I'm going to see if we can marry... Yeah, they're now wed, so hopefully we can put an end to that with that. My best captain may win. Take their swords, give them training blades. I will humble both of you. You will fight a single combat with the captain of higher prowess. You were on the same side. Let's do it. Let's humble both of them. For a oh my god, we've got a flasher. For a brief moment, Agora and I paced in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I heft my axe ready to defend myself while she clutches her hammer firmly to the hand. This fight may only be till first blood, but that doesn't ease my nerves. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. Agora cracks her neck, then starts raining blows against my guard, a marathon of crushing thwacks that almost break me with their relentless ferocity. You have to let your guard down eventually, coward. Better women than you have died trying to break my guard. To the floor with you. Increase your life. This is probably our best option. Picking my moments carefully, I make several quick strikes, knocking Agora this way and that, slowly widening her guard. Agora pulls back from my every blow, letting me attack without getting another solid hit in. It's not long before I can feel myself begin to tire. My form is decent, with some lapses, and Agora's stance is incredible. My opponent's guard is fierce, and I feel far from victory. Maybe if I wait, she'll trip on her hammer. You'll never break my guard. Let's see how you do without your hammer. Ooh, looks like we're going to lose this. I don't know if we've got a great chance of winning this. One colossal powerful cleave from my axe is almost enough to wrench Agora's hammer away from her, but she just manages to recover. Spotting an opportunity, Agora lunges forward and headbutts me hard in the face. I reel backwards, wrong-footed. My form is deteriorating fast with numerous exploitable gaps, and Agora's stance is formidable. I have yet to open up my opponent's guard at all and see no way yet to claim a victory. I bet he's ridiculously distracted by this armor, if I'm not... wow. A blow from my axe and a kick to the gut. Yeah, let's go for that. With a powerful cleave from my axe, I send Agara reeling backwards, then step into the blow and kick her straight in the chest. Agara surges forward, forcing me back with a rapid thump before bringing a high kick up to my chest. I almost topple. My form is non-existent. My next risky move could mean defeat, and Agara's stance is formidable. I have yet to open up my opponent's guard at all and see no way to claim victory. How about some dry grass in your face? No increase to your likelihood of success. Strike, parry, and we win the duel. My axe arm moves fast as lightning and strikes as hard as sudden stone. Blow by blow, I bait my opponent into bloody concussed submission, hammering her into the ground with all the fury Jureman can lend me. When all that's left is a quivering pile of a bleeding woman, I wonder if I've gone too far. Then Agara coughs hard enough to lose her grip on her hammer, and I allow myself a little sigh of relief. With the worry over, I kick my foe's weapon away and lay my own against her throat. It takes a few tries, but Agara gets the yield out eventually. I am victorious. I didn't see that coming. I was a bit worried that we were going to cock that up, to be honest. Would I ever consider a CK3 Knights of Vandalia? Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Maybe when more of the mod has been developed and we get a little bit more. Hopefully then, when we get a bit more of the mod and a bit more of the East, we'll get an Andal Invasion sub-mod. A Roiner in the Riverlands. That was suggested yesterday by someone as well, and it was something that was on my target list of CK2. I always wanted to do a Roiner in the Riverlands series, and I just never got around to it. So that is one that I would definitely like to do at some point. Yes, German, you gave me strength apparently. House Dane campaign, that's one that I really enjoyed on CK2 when we did do the House Dane series, where we took over Dawn, and I think we took over the Dornish Marches, didn't we, completely, and maybe even Old Town, if I remember rightly. Right, now we can hold our court. So, we settled that by beating her into a bloody mess and then married them, so hopefully we won't get any more issues there. Signs of a good leader. Love the wild. Look at this. Sear. I love the royal court stuff. It's a bit too splendid for a fen, if I'm honest, but never mind. I still like the detail. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne while others move out of the way so that they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased. All faces turn towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners, lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Gesture for the first in line to approach. A thin, raggedy peasant stands before me, gawking at the opulence of my throne room, obviously distracted. I call him to get his attention. Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. My village is Snormood. Was hit by a blight this year. We lost not only our crop, but our seed too. We have nothing. We shall starve without help. Glancing around my throne room again, he adds, surely you have wealth to spare. You'll have the funds you need to rebuild. Your service will repay your debt. We lose 10, but he gains free labour for 5 years. Or if the fields are barren, you shall wield a sword. Ploughshares to swords for 5 years. Probably not bad to have some extra swords, but then we do want our economy to be better, so 5 years free labour. Let's keep the peasants, please, for now. My lord, my name is Skager, and I am an ambassador of your ally, Chieftain Jorgen. I bring you his friendly greetings and an offer. My liege values your friendship above all, so as a sign of goodwill, he sends you this child, his son Mors, to educate as you please. My lord hopes that this gesture will strengthen your alliance, and is confident that Mors will be in great hands. Oh, nice. Okay, so we've got our ward. Mors Borhel. Let's see if we can turn him to Thin Culture. He's not very good at martial or anything like that. Pensive, authoritative, and greedy. Attempt to learn Mors Common Tongue language. Do you know what? We will do that. It might not be a bad thing for us to learn the Common Tongue. I gladly accept your offer. What else do we have? Or, of course, Sigorn, show him around. We gain improved opinion from 2 people for that, so we'll go for that option. And last, over the last few days, I have heard tell of a mighty hero of the peasantry who has won the hearts and minds of the common people through incredible deeds and matchless bravely. This hero, who goes by the name of Borta, has been defending the small folk from the Fangmen raiders and has now travelled
to Tunvunag to seek an audience with me. There is no doubt that Borta is a great hero. However, my court are adamant that I do not elevate a commoner beyond their station. Let's have a look at her. Logistician, military engineer, brilliant strategist, honest, impatient and brave. 24 martial ability though, and she is a fen. You should be rewarded with a place in my household. Every captain loses 15% opinion. A true hero deserves a position worthy of their skills. You grant her a chiefdom as a reward, angering your existing nobility but gaining a loyal vassal. Might not be a bad idea. You shall be honoured as the hero you are, which is gives her the nickname the Bold. We pay 50 gold, which I don't really want to be doing. We gain a lot of stress because we're arrogant. You are a peasant, nothing more. I don't really want to be going with that one either. Maybe we do give her a chieftain. The chieftain of Nordmit. Where's Nordmit? Let's have a look which one. This one down here. It's only a chiefdom. It's not the High Lordship. Maybe we do that, actually. That might not be a bad idea. Gains 50% opinion of his, which gets us a loyal vassal, so I'm going to do that. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain, talking amongst themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon the ceremonial formality of the proceedings has dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. My business here is done. So we do now have a vassal. Can we arrange a marriage with her with just one of our... Hopefully she arranges her own marriage. Our royal court is now level 5, which is nice. We do have some other lands. We'll give our son some lands once we can. We do have some struggles going on to the south. So there's stuff there that we can also do. We can declare war on High Chieftain Dos the Blind of the Pale Mountains. What sort of war can we... We can try and subjugate you. We have no cost for that. Declare subjugation war. The cultural acceptance between the Fangmen and the Fens decreases by 2. What else do we have? We can invade Kingdom, conquer a county, which is only going to take a little bit. A struggle clash for 2. We can do a border raid. Some vassals from both realms might join the war. Yeah, we'll go for the subjugation war. Let's try and double our land straight away off the bat. Why not? We can call our ally in, but we won't do that just yet. One thing that I've not looked at is we have many men at arms. We've got our bronze raiders who are at size 3, which is pretty good. We'll put them in our capital because they're probably our most impressive. We have some bowmen. Let's put those on the borders. Battering rams. Interesting. Okay. Wasn't expecting to have battering rams. We'll put those out here. Some light footmen. And some pikemen. Let's put them on our border as well, just to give us a bit more defense. We will raise all our armies in our capital for now. I will move my rally point actually to down here instead. Right, I try and catch up with chat. I get distracted. Matt, hello, welcome. Glad that you could make it, mate. It's always good to have our lawman here for anything what I can't remember. Can we actually find the horn in CK3? Chris, do you know? Can we find the horn in CK3? I know that you could in CK2. I've only ever seen it happen once in CK2, which was thankfully in the Knights of Andalia playthrough, which was pretty awesome. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stream for, maybe a few hours, but I'm hoping this will be a series stream, so then we can pick up in more streams where we carry on with this in future streams. Edric kills Darkstar. I think Darkstar's been added because of the 5-year time skip, so maybe whether he'll become a Sword of the Morning or something, I think he'll play some sort of part. I think that's why he has been added. Yeah, hopefully we can vassalize and subjugate, as you say, Alex. It would be better if we can do that rather than taking the land and try and keep those cultures alive. Whether we'll be able to actually keep them in line, though, the wildlings are a feral bunch. And now we've got 4,800 men, which is more, 4,900 men, so almost 5,000. Plus we have our ally army here of 600. So we've actually got a hell of a lot of manpower, a lot more than we had earlier on. So that's gone up by quite a lot. Can we do anything with our son? I don't think we can do any training or anything like that at the moment, can we? So, but we will move our army down south to join our chiefess. Here comes the enemy army, which she's now running away from. There's going to be some very interesting battles happening around here. I did install some battle submods as well, which will be interesting to try out. See how they play out. And yeah, he's tucked tail and ran because, yeah, I don't think he's going to get away in time. He does have a defending at a river crossing, more commander traits, higher quality, and more men at arms, but we have double the manpower, don't we? So thank you, Ryman. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for watching, and it feels good to be back. I have missed this. I've really missed it. It looks like she's going to now come back with her troops to help us out. Yeah, I can imagine the wall is going to be pretty much unconquerable. And this is a submod that I downloaded earlier. I don't know if it's any good. It had good ratings, but a more in-depth battle page, so that we can see a little bit more about what's going on when we're battling. It looks pretty cool, actually. Not too bad. Also added a submod earlier that allows you to see who's leading any armies that are roaming around the map. So if they have a well-known commander or a lord or a famous knight, it will have their picture highlighted above the army, so you can see and think, oh, we'll avoid that because he's a good commander. You know who's there without having to go into more detail when you check in. Okay, they're putting up a better fight than I expected. A lot of commanders. We also have a hell of a lot of commanders ourselves, though. And yeah, now the tide is turning now, as we can see. It looks like we should be more than fine in this battle, hopefully. Whether we'll ever make it and have a chance of taking the wall, I don't know. It would be nice. Yeah, it's nice to add someone, especially when you find some nice new little ones that you weren't expecting. So I'm just introducing a few at a time to make sure that they are all compatible with each other. Added a few of my older ones that I've used in the past. Our Captain Carlin was killed. Hopefully he's not one of our better ones. And they've done a lot more damage than I was expecting in this battle. This is going to be closer than expected. I think we're going to win this literally just because of the sheer amount of manpower alone. We've had 2,200 who have broke. Our queen is pregnant. Awesome. And she was also fighting, so she got pregnant on the battlefield by the looks of it somehow, which is an interesting thing to see. Bannerlord submod. I did actually buy Bannerlord the other day on the sale because it's a game that I've always wanted to play. Bannerlord 1 and 2, so I could try it out on a stream. And there we go. We have managed to win, but that was a lot closer than I was expecting. Scarily close in the end, actually. We lost 3 of our councillors in that battle. Farin and Agara. Wow, they both died. She died from her wounds, and he was slain in battle by Ygritte. The Ygritte, or no, she'd be too young, wouldn't she, in this bookmark? I have started in Robert's Rebellion's bookmark as well, guys, because I thought it'd be interesting to see what happens down in the south. And someone else was slain with an axe. Wow, so we lost 3 commanders. That's pretty crazy. Pretty scary that we lost, especially losing 3 of our councillors. So we need a new Castellan. We haven't really got anyone any good. We'll have to go with you. A new Chancellor. We don't have anyone any good. We'll go with you. And a new Steward. We have nobody any good, so we'll just have to go with you. We did manage to kill one of their good commandos, at least, though. Let's now go take the capital. We still have... Wow, we did lose around 1,700 men, which is pretty scary. Yeah, that's a good idea, Alex. I think it will be a case of waiting for the right moment with attacking the wall. Another council position, another chancellor. It's going to have to be you because there's not really many other options. Our prisoner died. I didn't realise we had a prisoner. Another empty councillor. We've got no councillors. You'll have to do. You're all we've got. Some court things to do. Have we got any interesting decisions? Adopt clan ways. Dynasty of many crowns. Nothing too exciting. Search for a wet nurse. Order mass eviction. Invite captains. Invite captains are summoned to visit your court. That might not be. But it does cost us a bit of prestige, so I don't really want to spend too much. But it might not be a bad idea going forward to try and maybe get some. We do have siege weapons, which is good, which is probably going to help us win this siege a little bit quicker. Oh, God, yeah, that's only it's a very small siege. That shouldn't take much time at all. I need to put random kids on a cannon. I've got cannon children playing for now. I think I prefer to have that. Take Skagos or Bear Island and go around the wall. Also, not a bad idea. If we can take Skagos and Bear Island, maybe, well, I'd say get some fleets, but it doesn't really matter in CK3. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. Or at least do some raiding there if we can get down that south. Yeah, you agree. I think she's slightly older than John, isn't she? So I think she will be in this bookmark. So I'm sure she's a good few years older than John. Is she like around Theon's age, around 19 or something like that? Would she be in Tormund's court, maybe? No, but a lot of the known characters that we do know are there. I imagine she'll be Val. I don't think that's the Val, though, is it? No. Val will be another one who's probably around. I wonder if they'll be in one of these ones near the wall. But yeah, I would imagine that they are both alive as young children in this bookmark. Or maybe not. Maybe not until the next bookmark, in fact. Could they be in Gendel's? Not sure. Dala? Maybe not. I don't know. I would have thought they'll be here somewhere. And our court level has decreased, which is unfortunate, but we are about to win this siege. As, of course, Jorman, of course. Although Ygritte, how on earth do you even spell Ygritte again? Is it YG? Ygritte. I don't even remember how to spell it. Right. How are we doing here in this siege now? Yeah, about halfway through. We could. Where has the enemy host gone? Have they just completely retreated? It seems so. Enemy ally joins the war. That's fine. I don't think we'll have to worry about that, to be honest. Don't think that'll be a problem. You agree? Yes. Fine character. So it is YG. I thought it was YG. RITTE. Whoa, who? Oh, that Ruins. Who's Fox? Courtier of Warden Ruin. Far Northern Old Gods. 8,000 years old. Interesting. Old Nan, 86. Let's go for age the other way around. I need to pause that what's going on while we try and search for Ygritte. There we go. That's got to be her. 3 years old. Bossy, honest, stubborn, brave, diligent. Yeah, that must be Ygritte. So I knew that she was a few years older than John. She's been kissed by fire, so that must be the right Ygritte. The traits add up as well, and I don't know why one that young would have so many traits. Are they going to come for us? Because that could be troublesome. Are we going to need to call our allies in? I think if we can take the capital, it doesn't matter. Look like they're going to march to us. We're at 45% already, so maybe by winning this we'll get it. Ah, the ruin is just a way for mods to get around CK base game to create actual ruins. Ah, okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I did see a submod that I have installed. I did subscribe it to, but I haven't installed it. I probably should have pinned her, shouldn't I, Mr. Whitefire? I should have done that. Yeah, I found a submob for the Invasion of the Others. I don't know how good it is. I've not tried it yet, so I do want to try it out at some point, but I didn't want to chuck it in here and try it in case it ruined things. And I'm guessing this is Val as well. Look, beautiful. So we'll, yeah, why not? We'll pin Val in Ygritte. They could make for some interesting brides for some of our future characters, maybe. So there we go. We'll pin both of those for now. And that's a lot of men attacking our land. And praise the Moon Maid. Our wife has given birth to a perfect little daughter. Any names, guys? I'll allow you guys to name our first daughter. See what names you can come up with. Oh, and Lila has awoken. Hello, Lila. You okay? Yeah. I wonder if we'll have any children with our concubines as well. Get a load of bastards. Yes, Mance is in the game, I would have thought. I imagine Mance at this time should still be at the Shadow Tower, I would have thought. So yeah, Commander Daney's Malister. I imagine Mance should be in this court along with Corrin Half. Yeah, Mance Raider, here he is. We'll pin him as well, why not? I'm not sure Lila's feral enough, Matt, to be a wildling. Damon, definitely. Lila, maybe not. Let's have a look for some good... Oh, look at that! Lina! Maybe we should go for that. That seems like it was meant to be, Matt. You've said Lila. I've gone, oh, let's look for a Fen name, and the first one that comes up is Lina. I think we've got to go with that. That's, what are the chances? Be good to get some desert. Do you get deserters? I imagine you would get some deserters, wouldn't you, in the mod at some point, surely? That would be interesting if we get deserters coming north. It'd be cool once we get Children of the Forest and Giants and stuff. But yeah, as I was saying, I've seen a White Walker sub-mod. So I do want to try it out. I didn't want to test it for this stream in case it was made a complete mess of it. But it is something that I would like to try at some point. And we may need to call our ally in, you know. I didn't really want to because of the prestige loss. But they now have more men than us because of the power that we lost. We've got 4-7 with our ally. Yeah, he's got 6-5. So we may need to call in our allies. And he's lost a load of manpower. He's only got 2,000 now. Yeah, we'll call him to war. Hopefully he connects to us. I think we're going to need some improvement in manpower. And he is going to call his manpower up at least. Let's go and lift the siege. Oh, pardon me. Oh, bless me. Yeah, let's go lift the siege on Vark. Hopefully we'll get some nice defensive bonuses. We're only slightly outnumbered, so maybe with the defensive bonuses we'll be able to hold that, especially when our ally gets here as well. The North Grove. That's interesting. I think they would have added it. I would have assumed somewhere, just because there's a lot of lore room to fill, isn't there? And they added Ironwrath and the Foresters and White Point and the... I've forgotten their names now. So yeah, I would have assumed that they added it. Yeah, we need some giants. It would be cool to have the giants because we'd be able to, as the Fens, interact with the giants, which would be really cool. Drinking giant's milk. So we should be able to lift the siege on this pretty easy. Hopefully we can entice it. Are we being raided? Or is that an actual army that's attacking us? have lost a siege there. We're going to have to try and face them in battle, I think, aren't we? Yes, we are being raided. I thought it was a raiding host. They're going to go and try and lift the siege, I imagine, on their own land by the looks of it. If we can maybe capture them midway. I suppose it is a subjugation war, so a war going on for a while is probably not the worst thing, because we are going to be gaining a hell of a lot of land from winning this war. And Chieftain of Blazewood. Blazewood, are they not our allies? So we're being raided by our allies, is that right? I'm pretty sure we're being raided by our allies. It's definitely the same sigil. Siege one. Yeah, let's try and dart through this mountain path here very quickly through this glacier to try and get to their capital in the Pale Mountains. I think it looks like that is where they're trying to head. So if we can get there before then and head them off. And it looks like, yeah, that our allies are going to follow us. It's a hell of a lot of manpower. The wildlings really are insane. It would be quite funny. I don't think the giants are in the game yet, but I imagine they would be quite effective. They were in CK2, although it wasn't very often you could do a lot with them, to be honest. They were sort of there, but not. Unlike the White Walkers, who were very effective. After my army sets up camp, I hear a commotion coming from my captain's lodgings. Investigating the disturbance, I find Bello and Formod in the middle of a heated argument, while several onlookers edge them on. Deliver a speech about unity to the crowd. That's going to give us stress, because we're sadistic, apparently. Have them whipped. Ouch. Or, sod this, I'm going to my tent and stuff in my ears. I don't really want to be losing prestige. So we can afford a little bit of stress. I get up and deliver a speech about how we are all fighting for the kingdom of Then, and how we must stand united against our foes, for if we don't, there are many outsiders who will take advantage of our internal squabbles to seize our lands and impose their rule on us. Looking abashed, Bello and Formid apologise and get ready to settle in for the night. We gain some prestige, gain some opinion. That's worth sacrificing a little bit of stress for. Oh, the giant trait. Yeah, the giant trait is different from actual giants. It's more like the old tool trait that you had in CK2. And then you had the actual giant trait for actual giants in CK2 as well. But Chris will be the man to ask about such things. I'm not sure. I imagine hopefully they will add giants at some point, and White Walkers and Children of the Forest. I mean, you've got a lot of stuff like that in the Elder Kings and Lord of the Rings mod, so I don't see why they couldn't do it for the Game of Thrones mod. One of the children at court, Sigorn, had taken the spinning top of a younger boy and thrown it into a nearby cave. My ward was there and saw it all happen. Morth flew into a fit of rage and beat Sigorn bloody. Isn't Sigorn our son? Oh no, yeah, isn't Sigorn our son? And beat him bloody. This didn't happen. This didn't help the younger boy, who started crying even more. It seems that Morse has trouble controlling his anger. Sigurd needed to pay for what he has done. Morse keeps the wrathful trait. You should have gone in there yourself without fear. Loses the trait wrathful, gains the trait brave. Yeah, brave is always a good trait. And our queen is pregnant yet again. We've got a lot less manpower in this battle. Our ally is on the way, so hopefully they'll make it in time to make the difference, but it's going to put us on a pretty equal footing. We do have the defensive bonus at least, which will hopefully help. Yeah, the Umbers all have Herculeon and Giant. I'm pretty sure, or the majority of them do. Okay, now we're on even footing, and now we've got more men. Hopefully we can sway this in our favour. It's going to be tight though. Hopefully the defensive bonus will be enough to see us through, because this battle is probably going to decide the fate of the war. Yeah, it's going to be awesome to get the dragons put in, just because that's a big stat. That's one of the biggest hurdles that the team have had, hasn't it? So once that's done, you imagine hopefully things will get a bit easier going forward. And this is getting way too close for my liking. They've got a lot of light horsemen. A lot of horsemen for a wildling. Yeah, more official bookmarks. Especially more of the actual bookmarks. War of the Five Kings and A Feast for Crows. Those were my favourite ones in CK2, so it would be nice to have them. Apart from the very early ones, I also like the early ones, like the Andal invasion. I liked it where it was a little bit more open for what you was going to do. Aegon's Conquest was always a fun one. Aegon's Conquest was always a great bookmark for beginners. A great way to learn the game without much of a threat. You could really like ease into the game and learn it because you could just burn anyone who opposed you. So it's a great way of learning the mechanics. Yeah, exactly like Chris says. For a lot of those earlier bookmarks, you need the dragon. So it's a big hurdle that needs doing. There are some for more bookmarks, but a lot of those bookmarks they're not actually submods for the bookmarks. They're just what's already done from the mod teams, and people have just added the dates in. So they're like very unfinished or unpolished, or the characters aren't quite right or aren't quite finished, and none of the events and stuff are in there ready. So I suppose they're okay for a bit of fun, but not really something I'd want to go. I'd rather wait for the official releases. We have won that war, thankfully, so we can enforce our demands. Can we demand a hostage? Apparently not. That's fine. High Chiefess Ygritte becomes our vassal. Perfect. So let's disband all our men. Our glory is widely known and has risen, which is good. We have now doubled our landmass with all of these mountains, which is nice. Is it the what's it called again? The Milkway? What's the God, my law is terrible today. I can't remember anything. The Frostfangs, isn't it? We can declare 4 wars. We won't for now. We can create an accolade. We have anyone worthy of an accolade? Learn language lost in translation. The alchemist reached for the vial of a bat guano as the page looked on in fear. Then, suddenly I'm interrupted by a fuming High Chiefess Ygritte. Did you just call my beloved mother a wench and then a morriser? She screams. I demand recompense for this grievous insult. Perhaps my common tongue needs more practice. I'm terribly sorry. I hope this is enough. Oh, you misheard. I called her impressive and a pearl. Yeah, we do need to try and get her on side, so we'll do that. But no, she lost opinion of us. Never mind. We'll go with that. Hi, Lila. We can... yeah, you're pretty good. We can allow you... Well, you don't want to, though. That's fine. Is there any sort of thing we can do with our new High Chiefess? She is unmarried. What is she? Rude, vengeful, zealous, mastermind philosopher, novice physician, whole of body, a berserker, and a skilled fighter. She's impressive. So we do need to try and get her on side. We are already scheming, though, aren't we, to learn a new language, so we can't really try and scheme to sway her or anything at the moment, because I don't want to... Yeah, I don't want to cancel that other one just yet, so we'll leave that for now. Child benefits from spouse's tutelage. Awesome. Sigurd has benefit there. 13 years old now. Can we do any training or anything like that for him? No. Could do with maybe finding him a spouse soon. We could give him some land as well soon, make him one of our vassals, considering we have so much land, which is upsetting people. Matt got CK3. Yes, Matt. Awesome. He'll be able to join in when we do a multiplayer stream, which we are going to do at some point. And we've had a second daughter. Have we got any names, guys? Have we got any name? Yeah, Lila's here. She was asleep on the sofa, and now she's woke up and she's just watching and giggling, so... She's behaving herself quite well, actually, bless her, which is not what I expected. And she looks battered and bruised. Was she fighting in the battle while pregnant? Because that's insane if so. But yeah, you guys, let's see what names we can get for our daughter here. Could look for some traditional Fen ones while you guys think. Another Liar as well. Seems that Lila is very common here. Yeah, we'll go for Liar then. There we go. We're going for daughters all themed around that name. If you want to join the multiplayer, then yeah, as long as you're in the Discord, say there that you want to join it for when we do it, and we'll add you to the list. We've got an available perk. Hard Rule. Dread gain by 20%. Siege progress against revolts plus 50%. threshold for vassals plus 20. Yes, that's probably going to help us with our new vassals. So we have that alliance with this big bit of land here, and we own this big bit of land here, so we're pretty secure with whereabouts we are. We can host a grand tournament, but we won't do that. Inspired person can be sponsored. Victory there in the battle. There's not much more else we can do. Is there any decisions that we can do that are of interest? Search for a physician, search for a account. Maybe a physician. We could probably do with a physician. It doesn't cost us too much, so it's probably a good idea to have a physician. Invite captains. We've got a bit of prestige. We'll do it. We could probably do with some better commanders. We did lose a lot in those battles there. We've got our 2 daughters now. Let's try and find a spouse for our son. Is there one that we can get a good alliance? Munder of Ruddy Hall, Mourner of the Forest Men. She does have the intelligent trait as well, which is pretty good. So we can get an alliance and a decent trait. But she's much older than our son, isn't she? So you're not going to have the most chance of getting as many heirs. But then again, I don't think we're going to be struggling for heirs, to be honest. There is Munda, but she doesn't look very well. Yeah, ill and also a lot younger. So we'll hold off on the betrothal for now. He can't get married yet anyway. The world is full of dangers, even to a Magna in his court. As per my request, my servants have inquired after recommendations. Now they have assembled a few options to choose from. Apparently Harkle is quite experienced. Morn seems enthusiastic, if nothing else. Both of them failed to impress me. Let's have a look. So Harkle is a physician, insightful thinker, just, calm, stubborn, 19 learning. He is a fen. And then we have you, who's lowborn, old gods Northman. Albino, trained fight. No, we'll go with the other guy just because he is a fen, so I'd rather keep it as a fen. Are our council actually doing it? What can our wife assist us with best? Chivalry, so we'll go with that. Yeah, just oversee the realm, convene clergy, or oversee realm. Our chancellor, foreign affairs, domestic affairs, bestow royal favour, integrate title. Domestic affairs, we need to improve things of our new vassals. Promote cultural acceptance, promote culture, increase development in county, collect taxes. Yeah, collect taxes, could do with a bit more gold. Not that we've got a lot, and there's not really a lot to be got. Manage royal guards, increase control in county, train commanders, organise army. Do we have any low control? Only in these lands, but they're not technically our lands anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll leave you as organising our army. Disrupt schemes, support schemes, find secrets. Let's see if we can find some secrets in the capital of our High Chiefess. Maybe we can use that to keep her in line a little bit more. And then religious relations, convert faith in county. Yeah, let's see if we can. Can we actually try and convert a faith? It doesn't look like we can. Learn language outside help. It seems as if my studies of the common language has reached the ears of Chieftain Bale. He is a native speaker and is offering to help me in my studies. I ask no more than a token reward for my efforts, Magna, he says, pursing his lips. If you help, this gold will be yours. We're getting a lot of stress because we're arrogant and stubborn. A favour for a favour. Thank you, but I'll manage on my own. Oh, you are selfless, offering to help me. For free. None of them are going to end well, so we're just going to say no, I'm afraid. Yes, it is actually the Fen's armour, Alex. He started off in just like your typical northern rags, and I was like, well, let's just pretend this runic armour is Fen armour. Let's make use of that beautiful armour. It fits for the Fens, right? So there will be an OSHA somewhere, I imagine. And you can just say it anywhere in the Discord chat, and I'll pick it up later and add you into it. Tonight I have stripped myself of every symbol, signifying my rank to walk anonymously among my soldiers. It is a quiet evening, so when the argument breaks out, the words reach me loud and clear. An infantryman is trying to convince his commander, my spy master Sagana, of the advantages of an alternative strategy. Sagana will hear none of it. As I approach, the infuriated woman raises her fist. Step in and protect the soldier. Make an example out of them. Gain 30 dread. Or sneak away and take credit for the soldier's idea. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? And we've got some sort of plague spreading, like it just said, in the north. Had plague in our freaking live stream yesterday, so that's annoying. Enter seclusion, isolate capital. No, I think we'll be fine all the way up here, hopefully. I would hope. A shadow over Vosvaln. I walk through Vosvaln. Oh god, no, here we go. Reveals something deeply unpleasant. A plague has arrived in the unassuming hamlet. The skin of the infected is deep red and covered in lumps and bumps. Countless fresh scars cover the skin from endless itching, and those hopeless eyes are bloodshot and red. Already people are calling this affliction the Blazewood Pox. While numbers remain low, it's only a matter of time until it spreads further. I've survived worse. Summon the physician. So that's annoying that now we've got the sickness spreading in our land again, just like yesterday. Blazewood Pox, early prevention. The dim flickering light of Harkle's infirmary illuminates the scene as the physician lays out a plan of attack. I have a number of observations regarding Blazewood Pox, chiefly the way patients are riddled by scars and rashes like I've never seen before. The plague does not appear to be too severe, and it is my recommendation as a professional that we take a light approach to prevent this spread. After all, we do not wish to hurt the economy. Ultimately, the exact strategy for preventing the spread of this plague is mine to make. A soft approach is best. Desperate measures are required. The best action is inaction. You opt for riskier treatment, safer treatment. Let's see how things play out. I'm going to let our armies replenish before we go to war again. How strong is this kingdom down here? Early prevention success. It would seem the moderate approach has proven successful. With a slow in-spread of disease symptoms among the commoners, though the impact is quite minimum, it should at least grant more time to work on a more permanent solution. Wonderful. Yeah, so this is the next kingdom down, because I don't really want to attack one that is allied with us for now. He only has 1,500 men as well, High Chieftain Brog. What sort of war can we can actually try and subjugate you, which is cool. Or what other? Invade, struggle, clash for a small county, but conquer county. We can raid. Maybe we do go to subjugate him. He is only small. We've got 5,000. We'll let our numbers replenish a little bit more just to be safe. What about this one here? Because then we could cut off north and south. Oh no, wow. The Hornfoots are... These Hornfoots are quite strong still. So it's probably not a good idea. This kingdom's strong. This kingdom is insanely strong. Oh, Shieldbreaker. Sorin Shieldbreaker. That would be why. A new captain has arrived. Nice. 21 Marshal. Impressive. Very impressive. Recruit to court. What does it cost? Wow, it costs a lot to recruit to court. So I don't really want to be doing that for now. In times like these, it's best to be wary of any strange smells. This one, however, emanates from a corner of the market square, and it's positively fragrant. Get your sachets here. Only the freshest and best herbs used. The crafty merchant's stall was covered in various aromatics, and she holds a pouch filled with them in each hand as she hawks the wares. She notices me and extends one for me to try. Only the best, my lord. Keep your rights safe from Blazewood Pox, it will. I pluck the sachet from the profound hand. It does seem like something that would keep it away. I'll buy, but not for that price. One couldn't hurt. Those won't save a soul. I'll buy, but not for that price. You gain protected sachet for 10 years. So low chance of that happening. So let's just buy one if it's going to keep us safe. It's annoying that of all the places to spread it spreads directly on top of us. To the impressive Magna Stare of Fen, you and I should be friends, not foes. Please accept this gift in exchange for your signature on a treaty of mutual goodwill. Drowned Forest. We get a truce with each other for 15 years. High Chieftain Sorin of Drowned Forest will pay us 50 gold. We'll go with that for 15 years, and we won't change around. We'll head southwards instead. We'll take all the Frostfangs. And then turn our attention westward maybe instead. Hey, Glaxy, welcome, welcome. Plague is quite annoying. I wasn't expecting it to pop up in 2 playthroughs straight away. In a row. Dangerous faction. 7 members. Okay, wants lower county control, military power. Okay. In several different areas, actually, which is not great. not great at all for us, but we do have our decent allies, I suppose. How is our manpower looking like now? 3-5. I think that'll be enough, you know. What ally he's got? Well, he doesn't actually have an ally. I think he's just got a peace with someone, but his manpower has now recovered. I think it's probably a good idea to take him before he gets any stronger then. So let's subjugate High Chieftain Brog. Declare war. Witchery and Salvation. What commotion is this? A crowd led by the baying voice of Jurikul is circling some unfortunate soul. Pushing through, I finally discover Bello defiantly defending himself, even as Jurikul's voice rings out even louder. And furthermore, the moment you stepped outside to gather plants for your so-called craft, the cursed Blazewood pox started ravaging our lands. You are clearly the cause, you brash scullion. Bello jabs a finger and fires back at the crowd, mutters angrily. This is quickly getting out of hand. Jurikul is right, we cannot be too careful. Gains the trait Witch. Let's think this through. Enough, seize your baseless accusations, Jurikul. Bello loses 10% opinion. We grow closer to forming a rivalry. Perhaps if Bello promises to give up the craft. We lose 11 stress, but gain 20. Bello, yeah, let's go with that one then. Overwhelmed by stress, not good. An extra hand. For all the authority I supposedly wield, as Magna, I cannot be everywhere in my realm at once. There will always be those who forget to obey my orders once my attention is turned. This is where my courtier Rika could come in, who has been faithfully enforcing my decree in court. Could she serve as my right-hand woman and take more active role in administrating my realm? Let's have a look. You're not massively impressive, but yes, she will serve me well. Your game has right hand. We'll spend more time together. My Marshal Gorn can handle those problems. He gains more opinion of us. He's also pretty good. I can handle everything myself. If I work harder, we gain stress, but prestige. Who's better out of these two? Oh, Gorn. Yeah, we'll go with Gorn. He's much better. Lately, it feels like I'm constantly being distracted by my lascivious thoughts and erotic fantasies of all the hardships of my everyday life. It is all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. These desires are clearly interfering with my life, but what should I do about them? A trip to the brothel will bring relief. I will bite my lip and try to stay focused. Gain the trait Rakish, but lose 72% stress. Yeah, let's do that then. And we're no longer stressed. Right, we do need to raise all our armies because we did go to war. It's not a bad idea, Alex. We could try and get some decent people in by forming some marriages with our courtiers, maybe hopefully getting some decent people in. A natural administrator from birth, it should be no surprise that Morse has come far in his studies of the management of the realm. Not content with understanding the flow of wealth and people, he seems capable of predicting it. As if by instinct, he always finds new ways of profiting off it too, until we meet again. A new captain has arrived. Dagger, who is sterile, skilled fighter, eager reveller. He's not too bad, I suppose. He looks a bit like Ramsay Bolton. Allies join the war. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Would it be CK3 without unneeded horniness? The plague system in the Game of Thrones is broken. There's something that gets switched to high regularity regardless of what you do, unless you turn them off. Oh, that's annoying. So I don't mind the plagues popping up every now and again, but not constantly. Yeah, let's have a look at our courtiers. I think it would be a good idea, as you said, to try and get some good courtiers in. Our guest, Thorin, who is a berserker, a trained fighter. Pretty good. Arranged marriage. Can we marry him to one of our courtiers? Jordan, if this marriage will not be born into a house. Chance of children medium. Will not accept. Okay, let's arrange some marriage with some of the other. Who have we got? He's not actually our courtier, he's our guest. So, who have we got that's... So look who our better people are. Guest, our wife, guest, and also they're like all guests. Bello, our captain. Norvos. What? How have we got a Norvosti cap? That makes no sense. They seem to get everywhere in this mod as well. They're worse than the Jogus 9 CK2. Your Searing Captain. He's a giant. Opposition. Our young courtier. Let's find a spouse for him. He's actually our courtier. So, wow, he's actually pretty good as well. Let's educate him ourselves. Let's try and find him. Well, alliance power doesn't really matter. So let's try and get someone with some good prowess instead. Maybe some inheritable traits. No, there's nobody. I think we can only marry him to people in our court then by the looks of it. Yeah, all our courtiers. We'll leave that for now then. How is our son now looking? 14. We do need to find him a spouse, really, don't we? Who's going to give us the best alliance? This random Ygritte. Morna. Maybe Morna would have been a good idea. I know she's slightly older, but just for the chance of getting that intelligent trait, let's do it. Now a random SOC. CK3 is bad. That's what we get in our playthroughs, Matt. It's what we always get. We know what it's like. Oshra is currently with the Sith with May, is with the Jedi, but I don't think Eva is in Winterfell, to be honest. Horny gang. Quick fucks. Incest is incest. Damn, the Fens are actually doing something. Normally every game my Fens just chill. I have to play as them to do something. Yeah, the Fens usually have a load of cool inheritable traits. Right. So, our manpower is called up. It's the enemy army down here. It's an ally army. Yeah, because she's technically our High Chiefess now. She's brought a lot of men to the fray then. Considering she doesn't like it, she's brought more manpower than I was expecting. And that plague is spreading like wildfire. Not good. We could get ourselves some more concubines. We inherited the chieftain of Normit from Chieftess Borta. Oh, so she's died. She was the good one, wasn't she? Yep. Great. We'll probably give all the chieftains to our sons if we can get some more sons. Let's get some more concubines. Is there any with inheritable traits for our lesser sons? Mole. We'll go with you. And then as another one, what traits have we got? We've got this trait here. We'll go with that. There we go. Get ourselves some concubines. Try and get ourselves some strong children. We can call on our ally, but I don't think we're going to need to. We do have low county control, so we need to sort that out. Yeah, down here it's not in a great state, probably because of the sickness that's going around. Married a lowborn, we loot, yes, but everybody that we can marry is a lowborn. We're not going to get a highborn lady, are we? Oh, you didn't realise we were playing the Fens, Glaxer. That's hilarious. Greetings, Magnustar of Fen. Despite our best efforts, my agents have yet to uncover any secrets. If there is anything, we shall find it. We'll try a little bit more. And here comes our host. And we are actually going to catch the enemy host. To the impeccable steer, I, Ygritte, gladly accept your hand in marriage. May our union bring happiness and fulfillment, my serene husband. So we should crush what there is of that host. I know they actually have more men power than I thought, but now we've just got our allies arrived, and I think we should have more allies on the way. Yes, an extra 1,000 here, but then there is 1,000 enemy ones here. So this could be quite close. My queen has been murdered as you drew your last breath. Relief washed over me. Perhaps I should be ashamed, but in truth, there was no love lost between us. Finally, I'm free to start my new life. Not one day too soon. Lose 20 stress because your wife's died. Hilarious. Oh, this is going to be close. Do we need our ally? Why have I got 500 men just sitting up here? Get down here now. They're going to arrive way too late. We are going to have to call in our ally again, aren't we? Which is... Oh, we've now lost that ally, though, because his daughter has died. Annoying. Very annoying. Not good. Don't know where this massive alliance has come from here. But we are getting slaughtered. I thought it would be quite easy for the Fens to win these battles. Considering we're meant to be the most sophisticated and the most best equipped and the best trained and disciplined. But it's not looking good. This manpower might be better off just to hang back. Yeah, that's a good point, Alex. It's a very good point. Our physician has died. The councillor died. Councillor died. Had their head ripped off by mole. Lovely. Yeah, so we're getting slaughtered here. Absolutely annihilated. We gain the trait wounded. Our Captain Gendo has had his skull cracked open by Berserker Yorgon. Wow. I forgot how many captains do get killed in this. My last Wildling playthrough, I did a Lost Valyrian family that also went to Westeros during the Doom, but went to the far north and had been forgotten their ways. Started at Hardhome. Interesting. Interesting playthrough idea. Got many empty council positions now. Got no manpower, no alliances. We can remarry though, so I suppose we could get a alliance that way. Don't need to be inheritable. And we want someone with a strong alliance. The Night Runners, I'm pretty sure they're pretty far north, aren't they? Yeah, Night Runner here. How much manpower do you have? Quite a lot. But it was a distant member of the family, so it's probably not going to result in an alliance. This marriage will not result in an alliance. Yeah, we can't really get one. So we're not in a great position at the moment. We are going to have to retreat. We've lost a lot of manpower. Not sure where they're off to. Legitimacy lost because of that blunder. Queen Mole gained the trait pregnant, so we could at least get another child on the way. Gorn has been slayed as well. Yeah, the Fens are supposed to be the most organised, but we're not looking too good at the moment. Thankfully, it looks like we didn't lose too much manpower. If everyone retreats together and we can reband, maybe we'll be alright. It would help if we could get an alliance. Night comes. I clutch the wooden war table. Closing my eyes, sweat falls onto the surface. Weakened by dancing plague, afflicted with a malady. What has become of me? I hear muffled coughs coming from outside the tent. It's already too late for me. I can only hope it won't reach my men. Damnation. You gain infected army for 2 years. Yeah, we're going to die by the looks of it because we've been hit by the plague. I think I might have to turn the plagues off in future playthroughs if they're going to be like this every playthrough. If we can regroup. You gain the trait pox. With the first wave of fever and vomiting, I desperately hoped it was nothing worse than a sweating sickness, and I did get a little better. I rose from my bed, returned to my duties for a week, all was well, until I noticed the first red spots in my mouth. That was 2 days ago, and now the telltale lessons are spreading across my skin. Send for a physician now. Our physicians just died like everybody else in our court. Yes, we're dying. We are soon to die. Where's our host retreating to? Queen Ygritte gained the pregnant trait. Well, he's not sick enough to stop doing the business, though, is there? Oh, hey, Jay. How you doing? A long time no see. Good to see ya. Finally, my servants have found some people who might be fit to serve. Rhaegar Pollard, a faith of the Seven Riverlander, who's blind. What are you doing up here? And a lowborn. Oh, it's the one from before. We'll go for you, just because at least you are a wildling. Injured, time for treatment. Do no more than what is necessary. A little brighter. The steam rose from the corpse as Moraine stirred the green powder in it. She explained the healing properties of the herb at length before motioning for me to drink it. The root is in there too, she boastfully revealed. The bitter herb turned out to be just what I needed, for now the worst of my symptoms are alleviated, and the world seems a little bit brighter, and now we'll probably die. This playthrough is cursed. Yeah. You'll soon learn that literally every time I do a stream, it ends up cursed, and everything that could go wrong does go wrong every single time. I don't know what it is. Oh, that's awesome, Jay. Thank you so much. That is commitment. That is commitment at its fullest. Where are our other allies? We've got 2,500 men here, 2,500 hits. That's 5,000. So we are probably still fairly equal in manpower. We've got our empty council positions. I don't know if we've got anyone to even fill them, but we're going to have to do something. Marshall will go for you just because of your traits. Yeah, we literally have nobody to even fill our council positions at present, thanks to this plague, which is like only in our lands, of course, because why else wouldn't it be? Probably shouldn't have rushed into another war so quickly, but I thought it was going to be an easy victory. We can get some defensive ground and try and get them to come to us. Enemy ally joins the war. Oh, they've got another alliance now, which is annoying. Can we get any sort of alliance with our daughters? We can always break it later on. Gendel the Weeper, who's got a lot of manpower. He will actually accept as well. So yeah, we don't have to keep that alliance, do we? So, and then we've got our other daughter as well. Let's form an alliance. We can always break it later on. What about our old ward, who we had as our ward? Where is he? Moors, wasn't it? He's not married yet, so between him and our other daughter, will not accept. That's fine. Well, if we can get one alliance, it'll give us enough manpower. If they can come from the south, it'll give us enough to win this. To the impeccable Magnus of Fern, I gladly accept your proposal. Excellent. Will not accept, though, which is annoying. What about if we send him a little bit of gold? Will he now? Still won't accept. You bastard. You absolute bastard. This is the only reason we are sending you money. Offer you a ward. You can have our daughter as your ward. Will that maybe change your opinion? She is your future bride. Not that she ever will marry you. We'll make sure of that. 4,000 men. Soon to get these 6,000. That'll nearly give us enough. If we march down here, try and entice them in so we can get the defensive ground. We're still trying to learn that language. Line it apart for Fang Spear. Excellent. Can we now... 3 more score. That is so frustrating. Hopefully that will change soon and we can get you in. Quick sell our daughters for manpower. Yeah, exactly. The oldest CK trait in the book. Children are just pawns for alliances and war. We lost the trait wounded, which is good. We've healed from that, but we do still have the pox, unfortunately. We've lost a siege, which is not good, but we do have 3,000 men. To the impressive Magnus of Fern, I call on you to honour our alliance and join me in the Milkwater Walrus Bay subjugation war. Oh yeah, so you want me to join your war? I'll accept. You bastard, but you won't accept mine. How dare you? At least it may make someone attack you now. These are splitting up their hosts down, but they have a huge host coming in. They've got 10,000 men, for God's sake. Quite frustrating. It's not going to work in our favour at all. Let's make our way further south into the Frostfangs. That's a lot of manpower. We could do with someone coming up to disturb that, really. Will not accept white peace. I thought maybe a way to get out of it a little bit, but not going to happen. Did we marry our other daughter off? No, we didn't. Alliance power. Let's see if we can get another ally in instead. Wasn't some of our wives pregnant? They're taking their time to pop those other kids out. Come on, we need alliance. We need bargaining chips. Alliance formed. Perfect. We can pardon our vassal chiefess Val. I wonder what she's done. We don't really want to be doing stuff like that at the moment. Can't call you to war, but can we call you to war? Yes, he will accept. And he has a lot of manpower as well, which is good. Hopefully he'll bring them to us. Hopefully we can hold these off long enough to allow them to move up. Let's move down into the Frost Caves. Tribe of Benburrow. Yeah, I'm not having the best of luck, Jay, but I never do in streams. Every time I do a stream, it goes tits up. Every single time. But that's part of the fun, I suppose, eh? We've had the council wiped out twice, haven't we? Early on in battle and now by the pox. But we have escaped death. We lose the trait the pox. And it is starting to clear. So all we need to do now is somehow avoid losing this war. Not sure how. But if we can somehow avoid that, we've got away with it a little bit. And we're hopefully over the worst. Yeah, I'm not calling you into that other war. Really annoying that I can't. -1 now, so it's extremely close to being able to call Gendel the Weeper in, but not close enough. Yeah, we're still the best commander there, aren't we? So there's no point. Could try going slightly further south again, work our way towards them, try and entice them in. Where's our ally host? Here it is. So if we can wait for them to find their way to us, are they going to be able to get through the Frostfangs to us, though, or are they going to have to go through by the enemy to get to us? Hopefully they can come up through this pass here to get to us, or are they going to have to go around? They are allowing him to pass, so maybe we meet them here. Let's move eastwards, yeah, and we'll meet here from dust. Finally, the plague has left the realm, and we must take this as an opportunity to rise from the chaos it left in its wake. We now emerge from the wreckage of the old world, and the time has come to consider the new. Masses of survivors have already begun moving to the chiefdom of Nundamit as their new haven, and this could prove to be an exciting opportunity for a new capital. We must spare no expense to rebuild. We lose 6 gold, disease recovery. Yeah, why not? It's only 6 gold. The diss track poem from the war. Oh, God, yes, Matt. Was that the Theon? Was it the Theon live stream? Or was it the Titus one? I think it was the Titus one. Theon was the Black Cloaks, where the Black Cloaks just would not go away. Where can we march to get closer to him? Where's got some good defensive positions? Maybe up in this mountain? That. Oh, hang on. This puts us pretty close. What have we got here? Not much. And we've had a son. Finally, a son. Any names, guys? Any names? Who's looking forward to tomorrow's episode of Hot D as well? It's going to be interesting to see what happens, to see the aftermath. I'm excited, even though I feel bad for poor Aegon. I'm excited to see what sort of state he's going to be in. Moors. I'm not really sure about Moors. What is a good fen name? Unless you guys can think of a better one before a nice one comes up that I like. Lots of different options, but I'll give you guys a moment to suggest some. Thoric, Valmond, Fenar. Not sure. Not sure. Damon. Damon of Fen. If you can twist that slightly, Matt, to make it sound a little bit more Fen somehow, like with letters, then sure.
See what you can do. You're more creative than that. Miles. This is exactly what we were all saying yesterday about Aegon. The more that they try and make me dislike him. He's been my favourite character this season. I love him. I think he's brilliant. Faron. Thank you, Matt. Means a lot. It's good to be back. It feels like I've not been away, but I have missed it massively. To the miserable Magnus Die, we have been burdened with your oppressive laws. Oh, not now! Come on, not now. Can you not wait a couple of weeks? Freaking peasantry. I guess I could grant a tax. Oh, never. A peasant's lot is to serve their lord. The control level will change by 25. Spawns an army of peasants, rebels, proportional to the county's levies. No, could you not have just waited until we got this out of the way? Seriously. Oh, the control level will change by minus 75. Gains increased. We're going to have to let them rebel, aren't we? And then go back and sort them out. And oh my god, that's a lot of troops. Oh, for fuck's sake. What do we do now? We're like between a rock and a hard place. Right. Typical CK3. Right, we've got 3,500 here, 2,000 there. Do we just go for it? There's 5,000 there. That's a lot. But we can't just march north, because if we risk that, they're going to siege too much land and we'll lose. We've had another daughter. Well, it's got to be like something again, just because they're all matching, isn't it? So the others weren't called Lyra. Where were they? What was they? Lina, Lyra, and Lyra. Let's get that theme on the go. They're now going to get attacked, so we've got to go all in. We've got to go all in and try and defend him here. That's neutral. We'll probably lose, but if we can get there with our 4,000 men... Do we have any sort of advantages? We'll probably win, apparently. That's a good sign. We've got 5,000 coming in, plus that. Plus 2,000 here. Maybe we can make a difference. Once all the men arrive. Oh, God, this is nail-biting. No, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. Wounded my injured queen. My wife, Queen Sigali, has been wounded, and the injury runs deep. I fear that her body is not strong enough to fight this on its own. I feel death lingering by her bedside. The physician wants to know how my queen should be treated. Be cautious. The time has come for drastic measures. There will be no treatment. The choice is up to my queen. And we've lost another councillor. Not that we've got any back, any at all, but damn. Yeah, the actor for Aegon is incredible. All the actors are incredible, like they always are, though, to be fair. Yeah, Helena is amazing. Otto, amazing. Damon, of course, amazing. But like looking at the newer ones, they've all been brilliant. Reinek, welcome, welcome. Glad that you could make the back-to-back streams. I really appreciate it, mate. Cheers. It takes me a moment to recognise Queen Sigali. She is so bruised and swollen she barely looks human. As I grab her hand, my queen attempts to speak, but no sound passes her lips. The abhorrent physician is standing in the corner of the room, anxiously wringing her hands. This will not happen again, do you understand me? We all knew the risk. You are forgiven. Guards, put her under lock and key. The traitor deserves to die. We all knew the risks. You are forgiven. Well, we let her decide for herself, didn't we? And yeah, we're going to lose this massively. So we're going to have to retreat. Regroup, take care of the peasants, who are now massive in number, annoyingly. We went from apparently, oh, this is going to be a win, to getting completely slaughtered again.
Yeah, Baby Monk was awesome in Last Kingdom as well. I do really like the actor. Yeah, I like it. I like the little poem. Thanks. Brilliant. Over in the far north, Stitch tries to play with the sword, but the gods don't favour the bold, so he's told. The game gets the plague and the council went away, now he must face the grey. And we're going to retreat north. We're going to have to surrender. So be it, I understand. And now we're going to have to try and take care of this rebellion that we've got, while being in a pretty dire state. A completely empty council. My son and heir Sigurn enters my chamber looking disappointed. Father, my lord, I want to discuss my betrothal, he says leniently. I can't do it. I don't want to marry Morna, he continues. Where to start? If I'm honest with myself, I can't stand her. She is a commoner. Please, father, please don't make me do this. Sigurn will marry as I arranged. Alright, you don't have to marry her. Yeah, I don't think she was important, was she? So if you don't want to marry her, then don't marry her. But you do need to wed somebody at some point. The Royal Court Grandeur has now dropped to level 3. Probably because we've got no councillors whatsoever. Right, let's go take care of this rebellion of peasants. Where's the other one? Oh, the other one's at our capital, actually. We should probably take care of that one first. At least peasant armies are normally fairly easy to take care of. Famous last words. It's going to be interesting to see what happens between Aemon and Aegon going forward. And it's going to be interesting, or will it just be brushed over? Because in Hot D they have like brushed over stuff a little bit in the past. Like, surely a hell of a lot of that army saw that Aemon just went out of his way to harm both dragons. Completely turn friendly fire off. So, surely people seen that, or I wouldn't be surprised if it was just brushed over. I wouldn't be surprised either way. Unfortunately, Moors is not around anymore. It is a shame. I was looking to him for how to pitch my accent while learning the common tongue. That said, no need to cut my studies short. I just need to find someone else to emulate. Her dialect is interesting, has a beautiful accent. We'll go with a beautiful accent. Surely we can win this battle. It's a load of freaking peasantry. And yeah, we have. At least that might get morale up a little bit. I think it was just intelligent. Yeah, I get what you say with Cole. Like, obviously, I don't think anyone really likes Kristen Cole. But then I do feel like they've tried to make you hate him too much when he's already a fairly dislikable character anyway. You don't really have to go over the top with it. Yeah, that's also true, but I'm sure Kristen Cole and Gawain Hightower and such would have seen it also. But then I don't think Alicent helped it at all with the way she's considering they threw Aegon under the bus and literally forced him to take the crown. You think she'd at least try and cancel him better rather than just being so ruthless with it. At least get him to, yeah, well, why Aemond and the army are gone? You defend King's Landing. You've got to make sure King's Landing's safe. Take Sunfire out, fly and defend King's Landing. At least then he thinks he's doing something, thinks he's defending, and it keeps him away from the actual fight. Praise the Moon Maid. Sigali has given birth to a perfect little son. We had some names from earlier. Let's have a look what we've got. Daegor. May you grow strong and wise, Daegor. And how the hell did we end up all the way over here? We've unlocked a perk. Soldiers of less fortune, mercenary high, cost less. I suppose we'll go for it just because I want to fill out the tree, but we probably could have done with something better, to be honest. We are about to finally end this. We're going to have to let ourselves recover and try and... We need to get some courtiers. We need to find some courtiers desperately. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Alice Rivers, who seems a very good casting so far. Simon Strong as well. I quite grown to like Simon Strong already as well. Oh yeah, we're meant to be helping in this alliance war, aren't we? But he didn't help us, so go fuck yourself, Gendel. You're a prick anyway. Right, we need to get... Can we invite any... We need to search for a new position. We can visit a brothel to get our stress down. We can't actually, like, invite people in, which is annoying. Have we got anyone to fill any of these council positions? We literally don't have anyone, do we? We've got 2 people here. And I guess we're going to go for you because aptitude is terrible. It's terrible. But you're actually... Oh, you're a Northman, not a Wildling. Well, I suppose at least you could have been taking a raid or something. It makes more sense than a Riverlander. We do need to do something about court. Let's hold court. Maybe we can get some new courtiers through holding court. As I pace toward my throne, I overhear my captain, Bottloof, proclaiming something to my wife, Sigali. That scrumptious woman who charms me so, to which my fealty I eternally owe. The mere thought of her smile brings one to my face, and makes my heart flutter with remarkable pace. Is he reciting romantic poetry to my wife? Oh, God, well, she's absolutely battered and brewed. Bottloof, you lecher. To the dungeon with you. You spend 350 prestige. I can't afford to do that. Sigali, get away from him. Ah, courtly love. Let the wonderful poetry echo through the halls. We gain 100% stress because we're arrogant and sadistic. We do gain prestige, though. Oh, we're going to have to do it. We've been overwhelmed by stress, but we can always just go to the brothel now to get rid of it. Freedom and friendliness. High Chieftain Halgor has been uncharacteristically friendly towards me lately. If this change of tone is indicative of a change of character, perhaps he could be convinced to release my acquaintance Lone Elk from captivity. Surely he wants to be my friend. Let's see. We do need to do something about our courtiers, though. Is our son... He's not of age yet. Maybe he'll be a worthy courtier in some way. We do need to find him a new bride now. While his numerous attempts to curry my favour have not gone unnoticed, I cannot feel a bit irritated by High Chieftain Halgor's sudden interest in me. And I cannot shake the feeling that the man's intentions are not pure, but he still has a certain charm. Why can he not leave me in peace? I never want to see his face again. Oh, I'm going to have to take... Oh, it's Rattleshirt. We're going to have to take more stress, unfortunately, but we have got Lone Elk back, who is useless anyway, but never mind. Right, our son. We need to find you a match. Alliance power would be better, but there isn't really any, so an inheritable trait will have to do. That's nice. The Amazonian trait, but she's 31, so way too old. They're all way too old. We have got a vow with the comedy trait, but meh. We'll just have to go with all. There's literally no... There's no good marriages for you at all, so you're just going to have to hold off for now, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, we can maybe grant you some land, though, but we'll wait till you come of age. How much does our High Chiefess hate us now? Yep, she still absolutely hates us. Off to join one of your wars to this involved ruler in exchange for gold. We can't sway her or anything yet. So there's not... We could offer her a reward as one of our younger daughters, I suppose. See if that improves things between us. Yeah, it's a shame that they got rid of some of the Muppet things, which is sad. Ward sets out. Lara departs for Chained Moor. Greed is my impressive leader. I would be happy to educate your daughter. Excellent.
Now we need to let things recover. Yeah, that was absolutely hilarious, Alex. That made me and Stacey laugh ridiculously loud when we seen it. So funny. It's just the way he says it. It's like so calm and so serious. Let's speed things up. Matt, alright. No need to say that, is there? I've already got my marriage and my heirs, so I'm not going to start out making them. You bastard. Right, what? So we've got a couple of diplomacies. We've got some truces. Lots of children. With his coming of age, my tuition of Sigon is at an end. As an active and enthusiastic child, it is no surprise that Sigon has done well in his studies of war and combat. He has shown great aptitude both in battle, tactics, and the management of armies. He will make a fine commander one day, I'm sure. They grow up fast. Skilled tactician, trained fighter, winter soldier. Nice. My ward, Loboda, has come of age, and it is time he left my care. Until we meet again. Right, so now our son's pretty decent, so can we... Well, he's okay. He's not that decent, but he's okay. So can we assign him as our marshal? Yes. Do we have anyone for diplomacy? Codran. He's not very good. Oh, he's already our steward. Oh, it gets worse and worse. But we do have High Chiefess Ygritte, who could be our steward, I suppose. So we'll reassign you. We'll bring you in because it will make you happier. Spy Master. Okay, now we've got some decent Spy Masters, actually. So we'll go with you. Okay, we've almost got a court now. Loboda, our captains. Pretty good, actually. We've not really got much more option, have we? We've just got to fill them with whoever just to get something happening. Heir unmarried, I know, but there is no worthy marriages. There's literally nothing out there at all for a match for you. There's this vow, I suppose, with Comla she's going to have to do, unfortunately. It's better than nothing. Yeah, I doubt we'll see Dalton the Red Kraken. It would be awesome if we did, but I can't see it, if I'm honest. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. Perfect. Hopefully that gets us some grandchildren. How are our other children faring? Decent learning. Do you already have a... Yeah, you're already there as a guardian, aren't you? Liar, betrothed. Not really anything too interesting about her yet. You've got 2 martial arts sons, so we will get you... Yeah, we'll educate you ourselves. And then our other son, 1 martial, we'll educate you ourselves as well. And see where we can go with that. We'll let things speed up a bit just so we can let some time pass, let things recover. How old are we now? 36, so 6 years have passed. We've not done as much as I would have liked. We can take on another concubine. Is there any with inheritable traits? Yeah, we'll take on you with your Amazonian. We might be able to at least get someone, get a son with the Amazonian trait then. Can't really attack you because we've already failed and we've got the truth. What about... Oh, okay, this is a very small bit of land here. Rattleshirt's land. Oh, he's our friend though, isn't he? Do I really care about that though? Probably not. The Hungry Wolf, the Flayer, and the 7 Stars. While studying the histories of Westeros, I came across the story of the King of the North, Theon the Hungry Wolf Stark. King Theon, along with the Boltons, turned the Andals at the Battle of the Weeping Water, killing Argos 7-Star. Once they had repelled the invaders, King Theon sailed for Andalos, raiding along its coast. They took the heads of those they killed and placed them on pikes along the North's eastern coast as a warning. He brought the fight to the Andals. He turned the Andals at the Battle of the Weeping Water. To trust old enemies like the Boltons, but it paid off. Wars just aren't fought like these days. Gain the trait Reckless. Gain the trait Unyielding Defender. He brought the fight to Military Engineer. We're arrogant. We'll gain stress, but Unyielding Defender is just such a good trait to have. Fen, Dissolution, demand to my liege. It is time for you to recognise that you are not able to maintain the unity of Fen. It's time to end your rule
or any others, the region needs more freedom. Accept our demands to face our swords on the battlefield. High Chiefess, your greet of the Pale Mountains. I guess I have no choice. I will not be threatened. So she's going to declare war on us. Great. Rally the troops. Great. We've got our own Chiefess rising up against us, but at least we could replace her. 2 years ago, you promised to aid me in the Milkwater Walrus Space Subjugation War, yet so far, you have done nothing to support me in this endeavour. What is the point of our alliance if you never even lift a finger to help me? The chest of gold. I apologise, I should not have claimed that I would help. Yeah, I'm too busy with my own stuff at the minute, if I'm honest. Oh, we're in the shit now. I'm going to have to... Do we need our allies? How much manpower do we have? This is just getting going from worse to worse. 700 levies. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. We've got no manpower whatsoever. We're going to have to call in our allies then and hope that he can win this war for us with our 700 men. Fantastic. We are not in good state. Yeah, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm looking forward to it. Then at the same time, I'm like, I don't see where they can go with it that much. Like, how far can you go with it? After lots of hard work, nothing. It is impossible to learn the common tongue. No matter how hard I try, I speak like a barely weaned babe and write like an unlettered blind serf who's missing most of their fingers. This is a waste of time. I admit defeat. Common is beyond my capabilities. Yeah, we're going to have to give it up for now, aren't we, and try something different. Let's wait for our allies to bring their men in because we're pretty screwed. And we're going to lose the bit of land that we do have. Yeah, here he comes with his 4,200 men. That should hopefully give us enough manpower to win this war. Yeah, the Great Bastards are awesome. I really like the Blackfire Rebellion stuff as well. So I would really like to see some of that at some point. That's why I'm super excited for Fire and Blood 2. But not too excited because we're probably never going to see it. Because he said he's going to get Winds done first. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if he did Fire and Blood 2 before Winds. Because it opens more opportunities for shows and such, doesn't it? Whereas Winds doesn't because that's already been ruined by Game of Thrones, unfortunately. Where's this host planning to go? Let's go meet them. Hopefully our ally does follow us so that we can win this. Do have 1,700 more men, but whether it'll be enough, I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't. She's disappearing off into the mountains. We'll let her stay there for now because I don't really want to risk marching into those mountains because it probably won't help us. They'll get a ridiculously good defensive bonus from that, I would imagine. Yeah, it would leave us even, so it's not worth the risk. We'll stay where we are, although we could try and siege her land. We'll stay where we are for now and see what she does. We'll leave it down to her. Yeah, it would be interesting to see who they do cast as Bloodraven. That would be interesting. Shiara Seastar as well, another one that's interesting to see who they cast for her. Bitter Steel, Daemon Blackfire, Dare on the Sex, so many amazing Fireball, so many amazing characters. War declared to the evil Magnus Sty. May your humors rot in your living body. It seems that there is no recourse for our dispute other than to settle it on the battlefield. Horde Point Wayfen. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. We're screwed. We're going to have to just take this battle to her, aren't we, and hope that we can somehow win it. Chances are even. But we need to get this war ended so that we can get more manpower. Apparently we have a good chance of winning now, but We'll see. I'm not holding my breath, to be honest, guys. Let's see how it goes. Till death do us part. Queen Mole has been murdered, but apparently we don't care. We're happy about it yet again. The stream just goes worse to worse. Poor Fens. Fallen consort. Amidst the chaos that engulfs the mountains of Snowblind Ledge, I attempt to catch my bearings. Across the field I spot your Greek desperately fighting. Pale mountains, heavy horsemen are slowly surrounding her, her exhaustion only too clear. The glint of the sword suddenly catches my eyes, and I watch as Chiefess Dalla, Spymaster of High Chiefess Ygritte, delivers the vicious death blow. Oh, we have managed to win, though. Thank God. Yeah, Bitter Steel and Blood Raven. They've got to get that right. They need to get that right. And I feel they are doing a lot to set up that Blackwood and Bracken rivalry as well. And we have managed to win that, but it hasn't given us 100% war score, so we're going to have to siege down. We are going to have to siege down her capital to win this by the looks of it. And now we've got this huge army to the south who are invading us that we have no chance of defeating. Another daughter. Lida. Has agreed to join my war, but it's not really going to help us, is it? If we're perfectly honest, we're pretty screwed. We've got 4,000 men. They've got an insane amount. Cradled by sickness, all babies cry, but when little Lida there is no end to the tears. I desperately want the midwife to ease my worries, but her furrowed brow makes everything worse. The little lady is not gaining weight as she should. We will take good care of her, my lord, but in the end, her life is in the old god's hands. Hush now, Lida. Please don't cry. Great. I don't know if he will actually, Matt. Unless they change it a little bit to add more of the Blackfires, because I don't really see how they can make a series out of Duncan Egg anyway. So unless they add more Blackfire stuff to it, maybe, to make it more. Everyone's favourite casting from A Game of Thrones. Ooh. Tywin. Charles Dance is perfect. Harry Lloyd as Viserys, perfect. Sean Bean, Ned Stark, pretty perfect. There's a lot of very, very good castings for A Game of Thrones, to be fair. Hot D, Aegon's very good. Otto Hightower, very good. Viserys, very good. There's so many. For the most part, the casting has been perfect for Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. No worries, Matt. Thanks for joining. I'm going to probably call it a day soon as well and see if we can revive things in a future stream. We'll see how this goes here. We'll try and end these wars first and see if we're in any position to carry on with House Fen, or if House Fen is a lost cause. I think it could very much be a lost cause. Yeah, Peter Dinklage, perfect. Literally all the casting did a great job. You can never slate the casting or like the music and the cinematography and everything. The only thing that really you can complain about was literally the writing. Just the writing, that's it. Yeah, Stannis' actor, awesome. He was perfect. He literally was Stannis. Even the ones where the character was crap, you could say the casting probably wasn't that good. Like, I think the actor they cast for Euron could have been a very good Euron if it wasn't for the writing. While performing her duties, my spymaster Vivian has uncovered a secret held by Chiefess Val of Giant Stair. She has secretly taken Alfin, a commoner from Pale Mountain, as a lover. Useful to know, very useful. Can offer white peace, which would get her on our side, but we'd gain stress because we're arrogant. So we are gonna have to finish this war, aren't we? Unfortunately. Yeah, Matt Smith is awesome. Really good casting. Rhaenyra, really good casting. Alicent, really. They're all really good castings. I don't think there's any I'd say I don't like the casting of, to be honest. She's retreating back up to the same bit of mountain as before. Yeah, casting. I don't think you can really mock the casting at all in both shows. It's been amazing. The cinematography, everything. One thing I really like about House of the Dragon that they've done is the fact that they've added more of that, like, colourful and flavour of A Song of Ice and Fire. Like, in a Game of Thrones, you'd have the Starks fighting the Lannisters, and it was literally just Stark banners, Stark armour, Lannister banners, Lannister armour. But I like now that you do see more, like the episode the other day where we got to see, you saw Rosby sigils and shields and armour. You saw Stokeworth, Darkling, Hightower, Targaryen. It was good that you got Staunton. You got to see loads more different heraldry and sigils and stuff, and I really like it. It makes it come alive a lot more. Yes, like Stacey says, Marjorie's casting really good. Elena Hightower. How have we not? And no one mentioned Elena Hightower yet. The Queen of Thorns, perfectly casted, incredibly casted. Still disappointed that we never got to see Garland the Gallant, but 'tis what it is, I suppose. The High Sparrow was cast well. I didn't really like the writing and the direction they went with the whole Faith Militant, where they tried to make him a lot more villainous than in the books, but it was still a good casting. Joffrey, yeah, incredible. For everyone to hate him so much just shows how good he was. Pedro Pascal as Oberyn, again, amazing. Made the character better. There's a question. Which actors do you think made the character better than in the book? Like, Charles Dance was the perfect Tywin, but I think he made him an even better character. Sandor Clegane. Yeah, the Hound was amazing. Pedro Pascal made Oberyn even cooler, I think, than he was in the book. He was a cool character in the book, don't get me wrong, but I think he made him even more interesting. Bronn, of course, he became a bit too forced in the end, unfortunately, but in the earlier seasons, he made him a lot more interesting. My name is Orm, my lord. I have come before you to offer my wisdom. My spymaster Vivian, who brought the man before me, looked sceptical. He approached the castle riding a donkey, my lord, backwards. Please share your wisdom. Let your knowledge bless the whole court. Joins our court. Yeah, we could do with more courtiers. Greetings, Magnus dear of Fern. Despite our best efforts, my agents have yet. Let's waste no more time. We've got some bits of gossip and stuff now, haven't we? So we'll stay where we are here, because they're probably going to attack us now. Is there a better place for us to actually take a more defensive? Or are we in a decent place where we are? Not really. It's okay. We could probably do with heading up into the mountains if we can. Maybe then we might stand a chance against this host marching towards us. Maybe. Oh yeah, Harry Lloyd was the perfect as Viserys, and his work in the audiobooks is incredible as well. I'm really hoping that he takes over from Roy Dotrice if we ever get Winds of Winter released, because he brought all those characters alive so much in the Duncan Egg books. And when he did the Air on Bright Flame's voice was just awesome, because it was like when he was playing Viserys, and it was just incredible. Hoping when we take this land back and end this rebellion, we'll get more manpower. Then we might stand a bit of a chance against this host that's sieging us down. Maybe. Yeah, Renly looked nothing like Renly should, but I do think he still played the role very well. We didn't get to see a whole lot of him. Melisandre was another amazing casting. Great John Umber was a great casting. I'm really disappointed that we didn't get to see more of him in the series. That was a massive loss to not get to see him. A shame that he didn't get to carry on past season 1 because, yeah, he was incredible. Nailed the part of Great John Umber. Theon, another great casting. His Alfie Allen's acting was incredible. Especially through the Reek stuff, which was awesome because some of the Reek stuff in the books is some of my favourite parts of the book. The Reek chapters in A Dance with Dragon are probably, if not my favourite, they are right up there as my favourites. Davos Seaworth, great casting. Literally, I don't think there's any that you can point out that weren't a good casting. All the castings were so good. So perfect. It's like Doran Martell. I thought the casting for Doran Martell was absolutely perfect. It's just a shame that they completely butchered the Dawn storyline. Because I thought the casting for him was amazing. I thought he was perfect. We have a random ally army here, which is interesting. We might be able to go and attack this small host here as well, which I think I'm going to go and do. It's only 2,000 men, and they've not got really any other manpower nearby. Well, they've got a small host. Maybe it's not the best idea. How much longer is it going to take to enforce demands in this war? She's not willing to accept. So 95%, for God's sake. There's not really anything to siege down. She is going to have to retreat this way, though. So let's fall back here. This is quite a good defensive bit of land for us and our allies to fall back on, because they are joining forces now, so it's probably not a good thing to get involved with that. We do have someone that we can ransom, so we'll do that because it's for a decent amount of money. Try and imprison her. We've got a 0% chance of succeeding, of course, though, because we are fighting against her. Jorah, yeah, he's a better character in the show by far. Much more likable because freaking Jorah in the books, very, very creeper. Incredibly creeper and dull and boring. So yeah, I think Jorah made him the character who played Jorah made him a lot more likable. Yeah, Samuel Tyler, brilliant. Although I do think in the later seasons that we got, well, people might not agree, but in my opinion, I think we got too much Sam and Gilly screen time. I liked what they did with them. It was nice that they filled out that storyline a bit, but I just think that we got a bit too much of it. Like with the Missandei and Grey Worm stuff as well. I think there was a bit too much of it forced in the end. What is this battle going on here? It looks like our enemy that we're fighting against is actually getting knocked about the place a little bit by another army. That might work in our favour. We might get away with this slightly. If we can just end this rebellion so we can get ourselves more troops from this chiefdom, it will help us. Well-organised levies. Can we actually call off any more manpower now? Two captains. 2 captains, it could help, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's what let things down in the later seasons. I think cutting Aegon was a big mistake and a big loss. And I think that's why it was so rushed and why Cersei felt so out of place and so forced in the later seasons, because I think she took Aegon's storyline or parts of Aegon's storyline, and that's why it just didn't make sense. Like, the fact that she could just blow up the Great Sept of Baelor and just no one bat an eyelids and just crown her queen. I mean, imagine in medieval Europe someone blows up Vatican City and everyone's just like, yeah, that's fine. My troops could be very useful in your conflict. We need only agree a price. Pays 639. I've got 639 gold? You're taking the piss. How much longer is it going to take to end this war? 97%. It's ridiculous. Oh, he hasn't got any allies. Will they march? He's got some here that are getting knocked about the place. So we'll just keep doing our thing slowly. Yeah, that was a bit random how, yeah, he took Heartsbane and there was no repercussions for it. Randall Tarley would have hunted Samwell down to the ends of the earth to make sure that he got Heartsbane back. Mental break, no time for myself. Sod this, I'm off to the whorehouse. Easy. Easy way to get rid of the stress. Empty council position, a steward. Do we have anyone? No. Nobody at all. Someone with one stewardship. I'd rather just not bother. Randall Tarley was a good, well casted as well, though. Very well casted. Another daughter. Liza. Where's she retreating to now? Down here. How come she's got more manpower now all of a sudden? 97%. Why? Does she have... Oh, she does have a little bit more land that we could siege down then. Let's go siege down this one. Shouldn't take too long. Nickname Ironside. My liege, have you heard what they call you? My Captain Usher says to me while smiling coldly. They call you Magnus Die Ironside. Spectacular, is it not? It's on the lips of peasants and noble alike. Now, what I'd have chosen for you... Not what I'd have chosen for you. Usher says visibly frustrated. Well, I think that's a good name. We're getting some prestige for it as well, which is cool. She's sort of just chilling there trying to siege something down, so we'll siege this bit of land down. 98%. This has been a hell of a long war, and we do now absolute control, which is going to be useful. I like the character of Bronn. I think he's great, but yeah, how as if a low sellsword would be allowed to become the Lord of the Reach and no one opposes it. The High Towers, well, the top of the Tarleys are dead, so the High Towers, the Rowans, the Oakhearts, the Red Winds, they'd all be raising in revolt. They would be fuming by that. I mean, after 300 years, they still don't really fully accept the Tyrells over the Gardeners, and a lot of them still see themselves as better, so they would never allow that. I think that's what we'll get, Mr. Whitefire. I do think there will be a second dance. Maybe not as bad as the Dance of Dragons, of course, but there will. I do think that Aegon will take the crown from Cersei. Well, from the fake Baratheons. And when Daenerys arrives, you'll have Stannis will have united the North, maybe the Riverlands as well, maybe have the Vale, something like that. Aegon will have the South. Obviously the Tyrells aren't going to change side because they're married into the Baratheons, but I do think the Tarleys and such will rally to his side along with Dorne and the Stormlands. So you'll have Stannis, Aegon and Daenerys. Daenerys will probably kill Aegon, but it will look like she's then a conqueror and a usurper, so the people will hate her for it, and she's going to have to take King's Landing from Aegon through fire and blood as he's the Mama's dragon. But it's not going to look good for her, and it's not going to help her cause at all. And we can raise more men now, which is good, and we have managed to win that war. 4,000 men, 2,000 men is still too much manpower. We do have an ally army there, so if we can march north to here, maybe we can hold this off somehow and push this host back. We need a new steward. Still nobody any good. Exactly, yeah. Aegon's going to have probably the original crown. He's going to have Blackfire. He's going to sit the Iron Throne. But Daenerys is going to have dragons. But she's also going to have an army of slave soldiers. I know she's freed them, but the West ain't going to look at it like that. And she's going to have an army of savages in Dothraki. No one in Westeros is going to be down for that. You've got the son of Rhaegar, the lost son of Rhaegar, thought to be dead for years, worshipped. And then you've got the Mad Queen's daughter, the Mad King's daughter. Yeah, I love Rolly Duckfield, and I like John Connington, the Scepter. I like all of them. That band, to be honest, till Tyrion manipulates him to go west, which is probably what's going to cost him. To the impeccable Magnus Fen, my troops could be very useful, yeah, but I don't have the gold, so I'm afraid it's a no. That army has just marched off somewhere, so it's left them 2,000 men, which could work massively in our favour here. Aegon will be the saviour to end everything in the south, and everyone will love him because of it, because he's got rid of Cersei and the Lannisters and such. And then Daenerys is going to come and look like an invader trying to get rid of their rightful king who has helped them. The North and such are not going to be interested either. Stannis has freed them. It's going to look like to them. Yeah, Stannis has freed them from the Boltons and the Greyjoys. Then there's the whole thing with Jon. What's going to happen with Jon? Rob's will. There's so much that could happen. Yeah. I just wish we could get that bloody book at some point. Then we've got the whole stuff down in Old Town with Euron and how that's all going to play out. A lot of stuff going on down there to take into account as well. I don't know how we're somehow swaying this in our advantage somehow. We can designate a guardian to Lyra. And we've had another daughter. I'm running out of lie thingies to use. Lie. We got a Lider. I can't remember. Maybe we've got two Liders now. We need a guardian for you. What are you good at? Intrigue and diplomacy. Do we have anyone good in diplomacy? Not really. Intrigue, yes we do. And we've had a son as well. Scavol, Hemming, Hagon. Is he any good? Our newest son. Nothing out of the ordinary. 2 prisoners can be ransomed. We'll ransom you for all that gold, but I think we'll keep the Chiefess in our custody for now. Keep her in line. I do think that Aegon probably will get one of the dragons. I wouldn't be surprised if he does get one of the dragons, because they're going to accept a rider, and she can't ride all 3. We've got here another ally army. So yeah, it looks like we are going to get away with this. It's got 4,000 men there. We're now in a better position because another army has sort of picked them off for us. So we are actually going to be able to see off this war somehow. We could maybe go for a white peace at some point just to end it quicker. Unless it looks like we're going to be able to take it all the way. But we are lifting these sieges pretty quickly. And we've got a lot of manpower. Can we call up any more manpower yet? No, I think that might be because our rally point is... yeah, currently not in our land. So let's move it here. And yeah, now we can call up another 681 men, which will make a difference in such small armies. That is quite a big difference. Oh, I think Tyrion will be a big villain in the next part. He is going to be Dany's downfall, in my opinion. He's turned into what Tywin thought he was, a manipulative, vindictive, nasty little monster, and I think that's what he'll become And I think he will influence all of Daenerys' bad impulses. See, I don't buy into the Tyrion being a Targaryen or Jaime and Cersei. I don't buy into either of those theories. I think if I was going to buy into one, maybe Jaime and Cersei slightly more. I think Tyrion is Tywin's truest son. He is the most like him of any of his children. I also don't know how you can get away with having too many fake Targaryens either. You've got Jon, who's a secret Targaryen. You've got the whole Fagon thing. I think it'd be strange if you had more. And hey, Chris, welcome back. How you doing? We were in chaos, Chris, and it looked like it was going to be one of those streams that mine always are, but somehow we look like we're getting away with it a little bit and turning it around somehow. And we've just been discussing theories and such about A Song of Ice and Fire. And yeah, like you say, Chris, Jaime and Cersei fits more time-wise. I don't think either of them are. I think that's the thing you love about A Song of Ice and Fire. There's so much potential of different theories, but I don't think any of the three of Tywin's children are not his. I think they're all his. To my liege bastard, your crimes against me are reprehensible. Meet me in single combat and let battle judge our differences. She's a berserker, whole of body, and a skilled fighter. I don't think we're going to do that, darling. I don't think that can end well for me, if I'm honest. We can execute you. Got lots of ways to do it as well. Devour. We can go cannibal. We'll sacrifice you. I rise in the early hours of the morning and summon my guards. Soon the guards have retrieved High Chiefess Ygritte and led her outside. It is clear High Chiefess Ygritte has no illusions about what's about to happen. As High Chiefess Ygritte kneels before me, I see a serene and perfect clarity settle on her. I give the final signal and High Chiefess Ygritte's fate is sealed. Your defiance ends here, Ygritte. We gain 22 dread, we lose 85 stress. Awesome. And we inherit the High Chiefdom as well. So we do need to give some of that away, but we're going to get this war out of the way for now. There's also the theory that Shiara Seastar could be Quaithe. I mean, Bloodraven's still alive. Why couldn't she still be alive somewhere? We never really... I don't think we ever hear what happens to her. Yeah, I don't know. With the Danes, I think they was meant to be heavily involved with the time skip. And then when they've scrapped the time skip, I don't know if George knows what to do there now with the Danes. And I think that's why Darkstar has been added to the story to take the place of what Ned Dane would have done. I think Ned Dane maybe would have become the Sword of the Morning and played a part. But now he won't be old enough. He could still show up, I suppose. But I think Darkstar will take whatever role that was that he was supposed to do. Thank the old gods that Ygritte is dead and executed by my orders no less. I must admit that I will miss listening to her pathetic whimpering in my dungeon. Perhaps I should keep a part of her, so I have something to hurl insults at while I rest on my throne. It's not like Riker is doing anything important anyway. Cook and clean Ygritte's skull for me? No, I can wait to forget. Yeah, cook and clean her skull. Let's keep her skull. Oh yeah, we'll get to see a young Aemon as well. I completely didn't think of that either, Rhinak. I completely forgot about that. Oh, Varys, in my head, yeah, he's a Blackfire, or at least linked to the Blackfires, definitely. He is definitely something to do with the Blackfires, big time. Growing strong, the weakness that plagued my daughter since her birth is no longer present. Awesome. Let's merge our hosts together. To the loathsome Maester, your wicked deeds have gone unpunished for too long. That changes today. I've come to live a holy retribution upon you. I cannot lose, for the old gods is with me. Another war. Great. Can we just get the wars that we've got out of the way for now? Please. Just leave us alone for a little bit. That would be one hell of a twist, because that's been the thought for years that R plus L is, and I think the show has confirmed that. So if that was suddenly not to be true, that would be one hell of a twist that I don't think anyone would expect. Who's this other army that's now fighting against us? How much manpower does he have? Not a lot, thankfully. Right, let's see what we've got. You've still got that big host down here. 3,100 there, 3 foot. So we've still got a decent sized army. We've got some other allies that are marching towards us. Let's take out this other host instead. It's led by that king. Let's try and get rid of this new threat first. It should be quite easy. Quite a small host. Here we go, yeah. If we can take care of this host first, our allies are on the way, and then we'll deal with the war that we've been doing for a while afterwards. Yeah, Varys is a Blackfire. He's from the female line that survived past Meleys the Monstrous, and I think that's the reason why he has been gelded. The reason why he shaves his hair to hide the blonde hair as well. Castrated because he's a Blackfire. Stop him spreading his seed, or if not to stop him spreading seed, it's maybe some sort of blood ritual because he's got king's blood, of course. Right, so we managed to break that army pretty quickly, which is good. We could now move and we need to try and get rid of this host, but I don't just want to take them head on. It is quite a big host. Welcome, Princess Icy. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Right, what have we got here? 6,000, 7,000-ish men. Oh, they have now backed off. Oh, for God's sake, another one. Your wicked deeds have gone unpunished for far too long. That changes today. Aren't we already at war with you? Or is it broke up into loads of little petty... Yeah, she's got like 900. For fuck's sake. This is getting out of hand now. Where's my 3,000 ally troops going? Why are they marching away? Right, well, we can afford to leave you there. Let's take care of this smaller host first. Where's he going? Yeah, I've heard the theory of Bronn being a rain, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Is there much evidence to back it up, really, or that anyone can let me know that I might have missed? I can't think of any off the top of my head. I've heard that theory and I deny it, Princess Icy. I deny its very existence. There's only one prince that was promised, and his name is J.B. Varda. Right, it's time to take care of this host. It's now or never. It's make or break. Hopefully our allies follow us and we should win this and finally put a dent in this host. We've got a war on 3 fronts. Hopefully our allies turn up. Yeah, we've got a hell of a lot of allies close. There we go. Double the host. More. There we go. Finally put a stop to this host. Sports chat leaking in like it always does. It's a good job Matt's gone quiet. I think he had to go, didn't he? Because the sports chat would overtake. And then if Amir was still around as well. Yeah, there we go. We managed to finally put a stop to that. Thank God. The war won't be over, but now at least it's just a case of... Oh, God, another councillor is dead. Now it's just a case of grinding them down. All 3 hosts. Can we offer white peace to you? It will stress us, though, because we're arrogant. I don't really want to spend the prestige. He would accept it. He's going to have to finish off his host instead, which looks like... Oh, it's nearby. So we can finish him off quite quickly, actually. So let's do that. We've been sieged down by a host. Yes, we are. We're going to have to head north to take care of that then. We can ransom someone for a bit of gold. We've got a lot of gold now, actually. Designate a guardian to Lyra. Let's have a look. What is she good at? Very good at martial. Who do we have? Queen Sigurd. Let's send her to our son, her brother. Conform an alliance with High Chieftain Eric, the Pawn of... Oh, no, we can call him in. Don't really need to because he's with us anyway, so he's going to join in anyway. You hold too many duchies. I know I need to give them away, but I can't really do it at present. There we go. We've caught up with one of these hosts, so let's grind them down as well and then take care of these 1,000 afterwards. Pregnant wife again. How many children have we got now? It's got to be ridiculous. Yeah, I'm glad that they've now sort of got rid of that thing that they tried with Danny's Dragons, and now they are back to being the ones that were stolen by Alyssa Farman, because that just makes a lot more sense. I think they probably completely forgot about that. Someone's like, yeah, we'll do this to add it in as a nice Easter egg, and then they've had some backlash and thought, oh shit, yeah, we forgot about that. We're going to upset a lot of people. Let's retract that quickly. Which does show that if you stand up for it, you can get what you want. We managed to make them retract it. Come on, give us 100% in this so we can just get rid of this war. And then focus on the other 2 a bit more. There we go, perfect. Right. That's a small enemy host there. What other enemy hosts have we got? Got these small ones up here, this one here. They're probably going to join together. I imagine they will be allies because they're the same house. So that one, that's a neutral army. Let's march our way north then. Meet this host, which is quite big, but our host is bigger. It's time to end the wars. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of peace then. Once this war's done, these wars are done, we can try and form some alliances with these other ones so that we can have a bit of peace and then look at finally expanding, because this is taking a lot longer than I would have hoped. But at least the series is now in a better position, because I thought that this was going to be it earlier on. We had the pox and we were in utter disarray, and I thought, well, that's that series idea ruined, but at least now we will be able to carry it on after today a little bit, thankfully. Right, let's crush this host. We do have a lot of allies nearby closing in, so we should have enough manpower to take care of that. Fallen Consort, amidst the chaos that engulfs the glacier of Pulldown, I attempt to catch my bearings across the field. I spot Osha desperately fighting. And we've lost another wife. That's fine. We can get another one. I'll find another. It is interesting to see. I wonder when we'll see Quaithe again. It's been a little while. From what I remember. That was one that was just dropped random from the show, unfortunately, as well. Because it's a super interesting character. Right, where are we at now? Yeah, we've defeated that. There's 2,000 here, but luckily they've been distracted by another host, so we will be able to just march eastward and take care of those as well. Prisoner has died. That's fine. I don't think she was worth ransoming or anything anyway. A great victory. Perfect. Let's finish this host as well. What does that put us on war score wise? 68. Perfect. Almost there. We're almost there, boys. And ladies. We ain't got no ladies watching, as if. Yeah, your headcanon is canon at this point because we're never going to get any answers anyway. God, doesn't it make you feel dead inside? The old time when you really think about it, like you're never going to get an answer. It's so depressing with the amount of time that all of his guys have spent with this series, and the fact that we're probably never going to get an ending is not worth thinking about. I quite like that name actually, so we'll stick with Scar. Right, where's closest enemy host? Just down here. Do we have our allies with us still? We do. So let's try and hunt these down then and take care of them. The remnants of that host. Just going to grab a quick drink while this small skirmish plays out. Yes, John has black hair. Yeah, well, he has Stark hair. Oh, wow, Alex. I thought I'd waited a long time. But you beat me. I first read the books in 2011. So I've been, yeah, I read them when season 1 came out. And that's when I knew of watched Game of Thrones and loved it. So I got all the books straight away, read them all. So 13 years for me, and that's been a long wait. But freaking hell, 21 years. I'm sorry, man. But at least you've had a book in the series released in your fan time, so you got to enjoy a Song of Ice and Fire book being released. I've not had that. I got to enjoy Fire and Blood when that got released, which was good, and World of Ice and Fire, which was awesome. But I've not got to enjoy a main series book being released yet. Yes, Dark's sister was taken north with Bloodraven, so there's a very good chance that it's in the cave where Bran is. So, hopefully it will make a return. Which would be interesting, considering they need as many Valyrian steel swords as possible. Can you actually do that, Matthew Bertrand? I think this is the first time you spoke in the stream, so welcome if you've only just joined. Is it possible to become the Night's King if you play as the Night's Watch? Because if so, then I am definitely interested in trying out that playthrough. 100%. That was a theory. Everyone thought that Mira had grabbed it in the show. Like, it was like, oh, she picked that sword up. She's picked up a Valyrian steel sword. And then, like everything with the last few seasons of A Game of Thrones, it meant nothing. It wasn't, unfortunately. Well, it was never stated if it was. And then Mira just sort of disappeared. And they just wrote her out of it. And I really like Mira, so that was disappointing as well. Wow, so you got to enjoy 2 books being released, Alex. But then the downside of it is also that you've been waiting a long time for the ending of this story. I feel sorry for the people who read the books originally in the mid-90s when they first released, who are still waiting for an ending. Now that is depressing. That is hella depressing and not worth thinking about. Yeah, in the books, is it more fire kills the whites, or you've got to hack them up? You can kill them with anything, but it just takes a lot. And then it'll be the Valyrian Steel and the Dragon Glass that kills the others, the White Walkers. But the whites are they're just basically zombies, aren't they? So they're killable, but hard work to kill because they're dead already. So you've got to hack them up, you've got to burn them, whatever. But you don't technically need Valyrian Steel or Dragon Glass. The Valyrian Steel, I assume, will make it easier to hack through them. But that was something I preferred, like when they had the original whites in the first season. You know, the ones that try and kill Joe and Mormont, where Jon's stabbing them and nothing's happening. I think I preferred those slow, scary, like relentless zombie over the sprinting, easy to kill zombies that we got in the later seasons. I thought those more mindless, slow but relentless ones were much scarier. %. Oh my god, these wars are literally unendable. I've got a small host here. Let's go march. We're just marching up and down in the mountains all day and night. We've been on campaign for freaking ever. By removing the head or destroying the brain. A lot of the guys are probably too young to get the reference, Stace. Or not British, so also won't get the reference. That is a Shaun of the Dead quote there that Stacey has just dropped. An amazing British comedy, if you've not seen it. Part of the Cornetto trilogy, along with Hot Fuzz and The World's End. 3 amazing films. Definitely recommend if you haven't seen them. Yeah, didn't Illyrio go back to Pentos? He went so far with Tyrion, didn't he? I imagine he's back in Pentos. And then Varys is obviously back in King's Landing at the end of the books when he kills Kevin. And then I'm not sure what will then happen with him. Be interesting to see. Well done, Alex. Proud. Great to see. I suppose, yeah, Irish, you might have seen it, yeah. Amazing films. Right, what have we got? We've got these two. Oh, they're fighting each other. Family fighting family, and it's working in our effect. To the impressive Magnaster of Fen, I call on you to honour our alliance and join me in the Lahark Vakar Bleakwater Subjugation War. I should really, because you have massively helped us. So I probably should. I think you're the only reason we're managing to get out of this battle. So we should probably help you. Yeah, daily Shaun of the Dead quote. Me and Stacey do a Shaun of the Dead quote at least 2-3 times a day, or Hot Fuzz every day. We can't help it. But they are incredible films. Right, where's our host gotten to? Down here. How old are we now? Freaking 42, 12 years, and we took over that nice big bit of land early on and not done anything since. Other than try and defend our land. Another Shaun of the Dead fan. Awesome. Now I have to rewatch them. Yeah, it's been a little while since we've rewatched them, to be honest. I don't remember the last time I watched it. Yes, Spaced is great. The old comedy that Simon Pegg and Nick Frost were in, wasn't it? As well as a couple of the other characters, I think, from Shaun of the Dead. I remember it was on Netflix at one point. I'm not sure if Spaced is still on there, but it was at one point. Was Martin Freeman in that as well? Or am I wrong in thinking that? Because I know he has a small cameo in Shaun of the Dead and in Hot Fuzz, and then plays a bigger part in The World's End, which the actor who plays Viserys in Hot D also plays a part in. New martial lifestyle for it. What, we've got Starlet Leader, Prowess +4. Yeah, I think I'd rather have that. We could probably do with that more, to be honest. Faction against us disbanded. Good. It's the last thing we need. A faction has been created against us and then been disbanded again straight away. Oh, that war that we've entered is against the ones up north, though. They are incredibly strong, which is worrying. Hey, Vinner, welcome. And yeah, I don't know what happened with Twitch yesterday, but it is now working. Yesterday, black screen the whole way through the stream. As soon as I ended the stream, the visuals came up and then it uploaded with the visuals. And then as of today, it's fine. So, no idea what happened, no idea what changed, but at least it's working now. Right, where are we? Need to chase down this host. Let's lift this siege, see if that can then take us back into winning. And I think I'm going to have to rewatch those films now. You've really given me the urge. Yeah, it was on Channel 4 Spaced, I think, originally. I didn't watch it as a kid, but I remember watching it years later after watching the Cornetto trilogy. Yeah, I think you might be right. I would assume so. I think they tend to keep all of the old shows on the on-demand, don't they? We can lift this siege. Will that give us the 100% score? We're on 91. Then again, it depends. I'm getting mixed up between which one of these two is which. They're flying the same banner, and it's getting awfully confusing, as Renly said. Yes, I remember Charles dancing Ali G. That is hilarious seeing him play that role. When he's like dressed up as the Wimmer. Dance for me, bitch. Hilarious. It's like the last actor you'd expect to be dressed like that. Yes, Rhys Ifans is in a lot of, or Ifans, however you say it, is in a lot of English things. I remember him being, yeah, he's in Notting Hill. He's in Harry Potter. He plays Luna's dad, doesn't he, I think? He's in, I remember him in Kevin and Perry Go Large, where he plays Eyeball Paul. I doubt there'll be many people who've seen that film in the stream. But yeah, he's in a lot of old English stuff. And I just knew when he got cast for Otto Hightower, I was like, he's perfect to play that sleazy, ambitious role. He is the perfect Otto Hightower. HBO is very good at casting Hand of the Kings, it would seem, because Charles Dance, also perfect. Both of them, probably the most perfect castings in both shows. Yes, Alex, yeah. Which is a great film. Very cheesy, but great. Can't beat a bit of Harry Enfield. The old comedies are the best. How are we going to win this? We're not even involved in this battle, it would seem. We're just sieging down this chiefdom. And now we're involved. We're going to have a small skirmish, which probably isn't going to take too long. Does anyone playing Manor Lords here? I know Chris does. I've not played it since release. I got really into it in release and played a hell of a lot of it. I'd wanted to know if there's been any more updates or such since, because I know it's only obviously one developer who's done an incredible job. But I'd like to give it another play if it has had some updates and such since. Maybe even on stream. It's a sort of games that we have played before on the channel, those sort of games, like we played Kingdoms before, didn't we? And other games like that. We need a Guardian for Lyda. What is she good at? Good at intrigue. Do we have any? I think we do have a couple of decent intrigue characters, don't we? So we'll send her to Vivian, yeah. There we go, send proposal, done. We can create an accolade. We're a bit busy for that at the minute. What? Oh, when are these wars going to end? Right, we've got 1,500 here. Let's try and see if we can meet these in battle and get rid of them. Yeah, we are going to get there. Oh, we're not. Let's try and cut them off. Yeah, I thought so, Chris. I didn't think I'd heard anything. Like, I know that you played a hell of a lot on release, just like me. The first couple of weeks of like release, every 3 minute I had, I was playing. It was such a good game. But like you say, unfortunately, with it only having that one developer, it was like really good, really fun. But then once you got to a certain stage, it's like, well, that's all you can really do. But for one guy developing it, amazing. Hopefully he will get a bit of a team around him when we can get some more updates for it. Because, yeah, awesome game. Zomboid, yes. Love, love, love Zomboid. One of my favourites. Can't wait for the massive update that will be coming to that soon, which is going to change it massively. And we've got another war on our hands. We're forever at war. This is very, very frustrating. I just want to play the damn game and we can't stop getting attacked. Let's march back home, take this. Maybe we can pick up some new recruits on the way through. You can offer King Robert your services in exchange for protection. Select a war to call King Rob. What? We can call King Robert to our war, and he will actually accept if we bargain fealty to him. That seems really ridiculous, but quite funny as well that we could become Robert's vassal beyond the wall. But I don't think it's something I want to do, but that is quite funny. And that also means that Robert won the rebellion. I forgot all about that we'd been playing in Robert's rebellion and we didn't take any notice of what was kicking off down south. So now we know Bobby B became king. I might go down and have a little look. See what's happening. 91% with both of these now. Oh my god, can we just get this over with? I'm so bored of it now. I think it's just the struggle of Beyond the Wall. I don't know if one of my settings are still thingied from House Grand, because to make House Grand work, I did have to change like one of the subjugation rules. Else it just didn't work with how the kingdoms work, split up. It just keep reverting back to the Iron Throne else. And I think that might still be on, that setting, and that's why the subjugations... Normally you can't just keep doing subjugation wars. Isn't it like only one per reign or something? I think that might be what's making so many wars kick off. I need to look into that. I'd forgotten all about that until now. My courtier Vivian is insisting on seeing me, even though I have made it known that I would rather be alone. My sincere Magna, it has now been a long while since you last showed yourself at court. We all tried to do our best to maintain an appearance in your absence, but a Fen court cannot function without the Magna in attendance. I'm at war. My long absence from the royal court has left it leaderless and without purpose. My courtiers are increasingly comparing their circumstances to those of prestigious courts like the Ruins one. It is time for me to pay the royal court a visit. You will enter the royal court. I will visit my court when I see fit. And it's time to visit the royal court then. Yeah, one per character. I thought so, Chris. I think it is the settings that I had to change when we did the House Grand series, because it wouldn't work in the... with the not the Shattered Realm, but how we split it up and made it 7 kingdoms. They just wanted to keep reverting back to like an Iron Throne thing, and it wouldn't work. So I need to change my settings back to default. I thought they would have done it. Well, as I hadn't played in so long, I didn't realise. So someone needs to remind me in the Discord before we next stream or do a series, because I will forget. But that needs fixing. I need to fix that. And I'm going to look for some more submods as well, because all the new ones that I added today don't seem to have had any problems. So that's awesome. So I'll add a few more for the next stream or the next upload to hopefully add a little bit more flavour and improve our series even more. Right, yeah, let's take care of this small host. Vivian's taught Lyra the common tongue. Nice, awesome. I'm getting bored of these small skirmishes. Surely one of them have got to result in a 100% war score at some point. And this small host is causing a bit of damage down here. We probably need to go and take care of him in that war. Still 91%. Annoying, but we did capture somebody. Someone we can ransom. At least we're piling the gold up from this war. That's one positive. Right, we're going to have to go and take care of this host here. Let them regather their forces, whoever those are. We could just offer white peace, but I kind of don't want to now. We've been at war for 7 years. Offering white peace, we're going to have to... Oh, they'll have to spend prestige. Our allies share it, but we do gain 40 stress because we're arrogant. That's... We'll offer them... We'll offer white peace. We need to get it over with. And then we can concentrate on this one war, at least, then. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely be doing a series surrounded around that. Maybe a rogue prince or something. I guess I could grant attack. Never. Oh, now the peasants are rising up again. Yeah, so we're definitely going to have to offer white peace with these two. Just to end it. So be it, so be it. I'm guessing he won't be willing to accept white peace. Maybe if we win this battle, we can get him to back down a little bit. And then we can concentrate on the peasants after. They're actually taking care of one of the peasant armies for us. So, that's good. Saves us a job. Maybe we just go and track down this small one then, maybe? Or do we chase down and end this enemy host? 3,600. How much mana? 5,000. Yeah, we should win. They have got a bit of an advantage, but we should have enough manpower to win it. Hopefully then we can offer him white peace, and then that's our war's done. Maybe we can finally relax. Hey Raz, how's it doing, man? Good to see you. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. How you been? Thanks, Raz. Really appreciate it. I appreciate the support massively. Even if it is a few minutes, better than nothing. You didn't have to show up at all. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, mate. Oh, this could be close. Maybe not as close as I thought. As long as we can win it and get a white piece, maybe for now, that will do. You gain the trait severely injured. Not good. Defeating that war. That wasn't our war, technically, though. We no longer have a court physician. So we need a new one of those. Let's call for one through decisions. It will hopefully find us a better one. We're going to need one if we're seriously injured. I'm very surprised that we're still alive, somehow. We have managed to win that. Perfect. Now we just need to chase down the peasantry. And now, this is that submod I was on about. Yeah, you can see here. It just gives a little highlight over the character's name to show you, like, who the commander of that army is. So if you're in the south, you might see, like, oh, this is led by Gregor Clegane or whoever else. That's great to hear, Raj. Yeah, I'm all good, thanks, mate. Me and the family are all good. It's good to hear from you. I'm glad to hear that everything's good. I survey the battlefield, contemplating how this battle will be remembered, and gaze towards the dead that remain. I notice a group of my soldiers approach, and they politely bow before me. My lord, we came upon the enemy banner while we were cleaning the battlefield. We thought it would be a shame to leave it behind. Perhaps you wish to keep it as a trophy. Yeah, it will make a fine addition to my collection. Court physician. Let's have a look. We've got a Pentosha. Makes no sense. Or a favor. Neither of them really make any sense, do they? None of them make any sense. If I'm perfectly honest. Who's the best one? Well, it's going to be her, isn't it? Right, can we... No, we'll not accept a white piece. Fair enough, if that's how you want to do things. Let's go take care of this rebel army then, and we'll take care of you after that. Somehow my character... No, isn't... Oh, no. Yeah. Dying again. But we've had that before, earlier on, and we had it even before that. Maybe we should let him go home. Let's see what... Have we got another commander? I don't really think we... Let's let Sigurd have a go. Let's let our son lead a host for a while. let's let the Magnar go home for a little bit. It's been a while. Oh, and there you go. That's your fault, Mr. Whitefire. That's your fault. You've jinxed it. Magnus Fen has crossed the door to the world of spirits at 44 years of age. He died from his wounds. Known to be an exceptional strategist, he spent many of his days examining fields and drilling his troops. Magnus Sigurd ascends to the throne. Being a man willing to wait for a plan to come together, many expect a great change to come to the realm. A bit slowly. Continue as Magna Sigurd. The struggle beyond the wall take hold of fate. But I think that's probably a good place to end the stream for now. I will carry the stream on if you guys want us to carry it on. I want to because I want to get things going a bit more with it because I'm annoyed by how much we couldn't do today. So yeah, well, I'll carry it on if you guys want to watch it. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. It was a bit last minute that I decided, like literally 10 minutes before I was going to stream today, like, the kids have both fell asleep early. Why not? Let's go do a stream and try and keep a bit of routine up with the series. Hopefully I'll get a chance tomorrow to record a video for some sort of series. So if you've got any ideas, come to the Discord and post them and we'll look into it. And yes, that was a General Grievous quote that I did do. I'm glad that someone did catch it. Thanks again, guys, for watching, though. I really do appreciate it, as always. You guys are the best. And I'll see you all very soon.